flight, so I get back in time to tuck my kids into bed.
A for ingenuity.
My kids take the bus to school. I take the plane.
You are now free to move about the country.
Can you become an investment banker in 24 hours?
Oh, sure. Southwestern Bill of Yellow Pages. I need a suit. I need an attaché case.
This is for yourself?
This is for myself.
Okay.
I got 24 hours to be an investment banker, and I need a new pair of investment banker shoes.
Investment banker shoes?
Yeah, clothing.
What size do you wear?
Portly. Yes, we'll take the whole building. How long is my hair? 2 feet. It's all gone now. Say goodbye.
Southwestern Bell Yellow Pages. If you can't do with this, maybe it can't be done.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means low finance rates. Now get 1.9 APR on all Chrysler and Plymouth minivans. Clearance means America's lowest priced minivan, Plymouth Voyager, costs even less. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Grand Voyager and Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
I just want to tell you what a great job you're doing. You're hardworking, solid, dependable. You make our pan pizza America's favorite pizza. You make sure the crust is always crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. Without you, this place is nothing. You are special.
He's talking about the pan again.
Come on. Give me a hug.
Now get up to 3 toppings or a Supreme Pan Pizza for just $8.99. That's $8.99. What more could you want? Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
Well, my Discover card statement reads like a wish list. Toys. I like toys. I love pinball machines. This will improve my golf game. It is unbelievable to me how fortunate I've been in my life, and I can't ask for anything more. The best thing you can do with your Discover card cashback bonus is give it straight to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's what I do.
It pays to Discover. Call 1-800-IT-PAYS-TO. Accepted where you see the nervous sign.
Live from South Florida, it's time for Cardinals baseball, the Redbirds and the Florida Marlins. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Florida, where that man has electrified the baseball world, and they love him here. Take a look at our Dodge matchup tonight. Along with Mark McGwire, Brian Jordan has been hot this season against the Marlins, and we expect more fireworks tonight from that man and hopefully the Cardinals, and they can get this winning streak one notch further along. Hello again, everybody. Bob Ramsey and Al Roboski, and Al McGwire put a thrill into everybody last night. It was one amazing night last night.
Well, it really was. I know you and I both tickled pink. We were pinching ourselves, and we were thrilled to be here along the many South Florida fans that saw history being made, and I think we want to see more tonight.
That would be nice. Let's take a look at our Southwest Airlines starting lineup, see what Tony La Russa has in store for the Marlins. Pat Kelly's going to give Delano DeShields a day off, then Langford, McGwire, Jordan, Gant, Tatis, Polanco, Merker, and Eli Marrero in the 9-hole. Marlins defense stacks up this way. Preston Wilson, he's a rookie. We'll talk more about him. And Knorr is in catching for Sanchez.
Well, Sanchez, to me, is just an exciting young player. Only 23 years of age. This guy has pitched very well in the second half. He's still learning his breaking ball. He's got a good little fastball. He's very aggressive, comes right at you. He was acquired in the Al Leiter trade from the Mets. Had elbow surgery in '96, but he was an all-star last year at AA, and he's a keeper.
Our umpires for this evening at home plate, Greg Benet will get the honors. March Hernandez and Hahn around the horn. Those are the men in blue. That is Greg Benet. And we're ready to get this one underway. Pat Kelly, his average down to 227. He is up, and this is his first look in the series. Pat had a pretty good bruise on his left calf. He got in a double play collision with Ryan Klesko, and that is some kind of knee as ball one goes high. This is the first day he's been able to move very well at all, and he's going to give DeShields a break against the left-hand pitcher out. 1-1.
Well, DeShields still coming off his knee surgery, needs a day off here and there. And as you mentioned, Kelly a little bit banged up. He had a nice run when he was playing every day in the absence of Delano. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Kelly.
Well, Sanchez, you can see what he's done in the second half, but this young man is only 5'10", 153 pounds wringing wet. Only left-handed, because probably the only reason he got signed, being so small.
And he strikes out Kelly to start the game.
But he's a young guy that really is improving on his curveball. He'll throw a slider, he'll throw a curveball. He's got a good fastball that he is very aggressive with. And if you get on first base, look out, because he leads the major leagues with 12 pickoffs.
He's a guy that you see a young guy like that bounce back. He had reconstructive elbow surgery in '95, and to be able to come back, still have pop on his fastball, and like you say, works on the breaking pitches, setting each other up, those pitches up. And at his age, to gone through everything he's gone through, he's ready to break out as a big leaguer.
Well, under a normal situation, he'd probably be in AAA this year. But a lot of these kids are rushed to the big leagues, but he's one that's been able to handle it. He has always been a winner in the minor leagues. Every season he's had a winning record. And with a victory here tonight, he's 1-0 against the Cardinals this year. He would have a winning record at the major leagues.
Down and away to Langford. (3-0) to Ray Langford. 3 for 9 in the series. Hit in front of McGwire on Monday, and ball 4. That's the way it's supposed to work when you hit in front of Big Mac. Let's take a look at our Casino Queen Homer board. As you can see, sitting on 57. A nice time for number 58. Watch the board change over on the highway.
Not high enough, Billy the Marlin.
Everybody wants a piece. And McGwire stands in. 3 for 8 in the series. 2 home runs last night. The all-time National League high total, 57 home runs. And a throw over. And that is a nice move, Al.
Well, he always has almost the identical move when he goes to the plate as he goes to first base. And oftentimes a base runner will get lulled into a false sense of security. Ray here, the first pitch, he didn't even get to see it to McGwire. He almost gets picked off first.
Popped it up, foul and out of play. Had a big cut. McGwire hitting .296 as he stands in. 3 for 8 in the series with last night's 2 home runs. And there you see all-time National League home runs. McGwire and Sosa, the same season, to be up at the top of the list.
Well, that blast last night also set another major league record for Mark McGwire. Passed Babe Ruth for consecutive seasons now with 115 home runs.
That is a heck of a move. He kind of keeps his eye on the runner as he gets ready to come to the plate. That is very deceptive.
Well, and what happens is, you know, as a base runner gets over there at first base, he's always seeing the same move going to the plate. So all of a sudden he goes, well, I'm tired of going back to first. And by the time you stay out there, he picks you off.
Keep an eye on his head, folks. See, he looks to the last moment. Chopped in front of the plate. They'll go to second base for 1 on the first. Got them both. Sanchez does a terrific job to turn the double play and get out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score in Florida.
You guys are in here again? I can't believe this. You're always in here nursing your injuries. I have never seen such a group of cream puffs in my life. This is football. I need guys that can play.
Man, I thought he'd never leave.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Hot dog, anyone?
Baseball fans, hit a home run at Auto Tire. With our exclusive bottom line price and lowest price promise, you'll never get beaned with extra charges. Auto Tire covers all the bases and saves you more with Kelly tires. Kelly delivers the same quality and warranties as the biggest names for about 20% less. That could mean $50 to $80 per set. See the Auto Tire team for complete car care, like lifetime brakes, $79.90 per axle, and alignments, $38.95. At Auto Tire, we'll win you with great prices. We'll keep you with great service.
We're here with Bob, the ultimate Cardinals fan. I bet you're excited about the collector's glasses at McDonald's.
With Cardinal greats like Mark McGwire, only $1.99 each. Now you'll find a barbecue-style bacon quarter pounder with cheese. Add America's favorite fries and an icy Coke, and get a free mini bottle of Tabasco brand pepper sauce.
Sound good, Bob? So, Bob, what's your favorite collectible?
This one. Did somebody say McDonald's?
I see why they call you Bob.
We head to the bottom of the first. Take a look at the Marlins lineup. Gonzalez moves to the top of the order with Dunwoody out. Most of the regulars are in there. Knorr in there behind the plate. And that's Jim Leland's starting lineup. The Cardinals defense, the regulars, except Kelly's in there for DeShields. And Kent Merker's on the mound.
Kent making his 27th start. He has won 8, lost 11. But for the most part, when he takes the mound, his Redbird teammates respond, and they have won 15 of his 26 previous starts. He's 1-0 against Florida this year, and 3-0 lifetime.
3-0 in his career, although his earned run average has been high. I think you're right, Al. I think his teammates tend to help him out a little bit. In the month of August, Merker had 5 starts. The first one and the last one were good. He got roughed up in the middle, so see if he can get 2 in a row. 2 in a row decent starts by making this a good one tonight. Alex Gonzalez, a highly touted young shortstop. There's a strike. And I ring him up. Nicely done. The copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Merker, Al, went right to work on the kid. He didn't have a chance against Kent.
Well, painted the outside corner with a nice pitch right there. Maybe we'll see him try to hit that spot consistently and then expand it.
Cliff Floyd moves up in the lineup. He and Kotze, both left-handed hitters. They move up in the lineup against Merker. And the first pitch to Floyd is a strike. Merker's been perfect so far.
Really looks nice and fluid, going after the best hitter in the Marlins lineup. Best and most experienced.
There's a called strike. And Floyd saying, wait a minute, outside and inside?
Merker not doing anything but throwing strikes right now.
Ooh, could have easily rung him up as well. I'm sure that's right where Kent wanted it. That was a nice pitch, too.
Well, that's what you do. You're heading the count. You bury it in there. Either it's a perfect pitch or it's a ball on the inner part of the plate. And there you won't get burned with it. You get a sense that all of a sudden this ball club is starting to respond to the excitement of McGwire.
Yeah, I think so, Al.
I mean, that's the only negative, is that what has happened with Mark McGwire, it hasn't propelled the team to higher heights and you know, into postseason.
Up the middle might have been deflected. Polanco is there and he throws him out. If we get another look, we'll see if Kent got a piece of that one, but Polanco got up the middle and made the play nonetheless. Take a look. I'm not sure if that touched Kent's glove or not.
I kind of get a little bit of the impression it might have, because Polanco got there.
Hard to tell there,
but Luis in a good position and gets to the ball. Really slowed down with that first top, and he did deflect it just slightly.
1-6-3 on the putout. 2 up, 2 down, and here is Kotze. Chop to the right side. McGwire, the glove. Merker, the cover. 3 up and 3 down for both squads. Quickly through the first inning. Top of the second comes your way.
Hi, I'm Hale Irwin. The Senior PGA Tour returns to St. Louis September 21st to the 27th for the Boone Valley Classic. I'll be there to defend my turf and help raise money for St. Louis charity through Birdies for Charity.
Make a tax-deductible pledge for every birdie made by the pros during the tournament's 3 rounds. After the tournament, all the money goes to charity. Plus, if you guess the number of birdies made, you may win a trip to Beaver Creek, Colorado. For information and tickets, call Metrotix at 534-1111.
Chip in for charity by supporting the Boone Valley Classic.
Hi, I'm Dick Clark, and now everyone can enjoy the freedom of the new ISIS cellular phone from Philips thanks to prepaid cellular.
Introducing prepaid cellular from Worldwide Direct. With prepaid cellular phone cards, there's no monthly bills.
Take the phone just in case.
Thank you.
And no contract, no credit check, and no deposit. Got car trouble?
My car's broken down. Can you come and help?
Help is just a call away. So forget those outrageous phone bills. With prepaid cellular phone cards, buying airtime is easy. Order from home and the phone arrives at your door ready to use. Get the Philips ISIS prepaid cellular phone. A $199 value, now just 3 easy payments of $33. And there's no contract, no credit check, no deposit, and no monthly bills.
So pick up the phone, America. It's for you.
Now, for only 3 payments of $33, you're guaranteed cellular service regardless of your credit history. Call 1-800-841-1237. Pick up the phone, America. It's for you.
Hey, I'm Tiger Woods, and I got Fox Sports News in my bag.
Guests appearing on Cardinal Baseball receive a gift certificate at Krieger's Pub and Grill, St. Louis's neighborhood bar and grill. Visit any one of their 6 locations, including historic St. Charles. Historic St. Charles is a happening place these days.
Well, Sanchez had a nice 1-2-3 inning. You know, these young Marlins, and there's 26 rookies that they have used this year. Sanchez is one of them. But Bobby, if you thought about the 400 media credentials went out today.
From here in Miami?
Here in Miami.
I have thought about it.
Standing room only in the press box. They're crowded all over the place. Both local, national, and international writers, including Newsweek, Time, the New York Times, USA Today, Baseball Weekly, the Washington Post. National television networks include ESPN, CNN, CNN-SI, Fox Sports, Fox News, ABC News, and Entertainment Tonight. There's news agencies from 9 different countries covering the game tonight. And Fox Sports Midwest is on there before we get to the countries of Colombia, Japan, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Venezuela, Mexico, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and the United States.
But you can only see the game on Fox Sports Midwest.
That's right. No local television down here in South Florida today.
To the right side, up and in on Brian Jordan. And Castillo throws him out. Jordan's now 2 for 10 in the series. He has been hot against Florida all year, but only 2 for 10 in this series. That brings up Ron Gant. You know, you talk about the team starting to pick up and gather some steam, and Ron Gant has as well. I mentioned it last night and was kidding him. Take off on that movie title. He's getting his groove back. 4 for 9 in the series. He's had a home run, a double, 3 RBIs in the last 2 games. And I asked him as he takes a strike, I said, you know, what's the deal? Are you feeling better? And he says, as good as can be expected. He's still going to have the knee looked at, but I think he feels like he's health-wise sort of stabilized. Not 100%, but stabilized. So if he can finish strong, the team finish strong, records be set on what has, in a bottom line fashion, been kind of a dismal season, can kind of finish on a high note, and that's always the way you want to do it. No balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez ahead again. Ron asks for time and gets it. Average up to 232 now. Sitting on 22 homers. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Ready again. Broke his bat, sawed it right off. Cut off by Ori, spins and throws and gets Ron Gant for the 2nd out. Shatters his bat. You know, September 5th, folks, the Cardinals take on the Reds. It's Hunter Hot Dog Stan Musial Pin Day. Go to the ballpark early for the dedication of a new Stan Musial statue. And the first 30,000 fans with the paid admission get a collector's pin that's a replica of that new statue. No, that's not a look at it there. Saturday the 5th, the Cards take on the Reds. It looks much better than that. A nice play by Ori. made the second out, and now Fernando Tatis, who's 2 for 8 in the series, stands in. 2 for 8, average holding at 301. You see the numbers there.
Two young Dominicans facing each other, both 23 years of age.
There's a strike, 1-1.
Sanchez, you know, he's going to be a handful for the Cardinal hitters tonight because he really has a good fastball. Changes speeds very effectively.
Over the course of this season, the numbers tell us the Cardinals haven't handled left-handers particularly well.
That's a little surprising because for the most part you have a right-handed hitting ball club, and Delino is pretty good against left-handed pitchers.
That just missed. 3-1. I would be surprised if Fernando wasn't trying to hit out of his shoes here.
I would hope not, but I would not be surprised. You're going to throw him a changeup. Well, he's guessing with you.
He got a hack and shot it foul. The count's full.
The reason we say that is because he's very aggressive, but sometimes a little bit too aggressive. It's a fine line to back a guy off. And yet they already know that a guy that holds his hands high like that, very aggressive, throw changeups to him.
High fly ball, left field, not deep at all, and Cliff Floyd makes the catch easy. 3 up and 3 down. The first 6 have been retired, counting the double play, and there's no score.
Here's what makes this game cool. Free kicks. You ever heard the phrase, the best things in life are free? And in soccer, it's true. Say a player does something bad, trips another player, or insults the queen. He's got to hand the ball over to the opposition for a free kick. Then a pro like Roberto Carlos lines up, takes dead aim at the net, while the opposing players have to wonder whether to give up the goal or give up the ability to have children. Nothing free about that decision for them, huh? Who said the dark ages are dead?
Call 1-800-FOX-WORLD and tell your cable operator you want the world's best soccer coverage 24 hours a day. Fox Sports World is the home of Juventus's Zinedine Zidane, one of FIFA's top 10 players of the year.
Zinedine Zidane has broken through.
Call 1-800-FOX-WORLD if you want 24-hour exposure to the world's best players.
And world peace. Could you please create a vast sports information source that's fast and fresh and loaded with attitude, where I could go for the latest sports dirt virtually any time, day or night? Oh. And could it be free?
Now, your prayers have been answered. From the hometown teams to the big leagues, it's all here and it's all free. Get your sports from a higher source. Fox Sports Online.
Thank you.
Jim Rome on Interleague Play.
Stadiums sell out. The battles are epic. How is this bad for baseball?
Rome on the NBA Lockout.
Why couldn't it have just been the WNBA?
The Last Word. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
For 100 years, Biv the Michelin Man has symbolized our never-ending quest to invent the best tires in the world. Michelin, celebrating 100 years of innovation.
Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette. The first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
For 100 years, Biv the Michelin Man has symbolized our never-ending quest to invent the best tires in the world. Michelin, celebrating 100 years of innovation.
action of GoldenEye, Kobe Bryant in NBA courtside, the WCW versus NWO, or Diddy Kong Racing for new additions to the Player's Choice library for just $39.95. Don't miss it.
If you saw the tarp divers yesterday, there will be none of that today. The workmen, overtime, putting up the chain link fences. How about that? Derek Lee stands in and swings and misses strike one. Well, they're taking all the fun out of the game, aren't they, Al? Actually, liability stuff probably says, wait a minute, guys are diving over seats. They were lucky guys didn't break legs. Seriously.
Especially that first one.
Yep. And running on those tarps, your foot goes down there, it goes between a seat, snap a couple of bones. Not very pretty.
But how about the two young men that did the right thing?
Neat kids.
A couple kids got the 56, 57. Security got a hold of them, said, you want to negotiate? They said, yep. Jerseys, couple bats, couple balls, tickets to the game, and Mark McGwire possesses home run number 56 that tied the National League record and the record-breaking baseball number 57.
Apparently, the two kids didn't know each other, and one of the young men was from across state in Fort Myers. Ended up, they gave him tickets for tonight's game, and he said, well, I got to go home, and they found a way for him to stay overnight, and the kids got to know each other. Here's Tatis, nice range, good arm, save! He came down a little sidearm, but it was a good throw. His body was extended. I don't know if he could have gotten up on top, Al.
No, I think it was fine. He did what he had to do by throwing sidearm there. And I thought it was a close play, and I thought he was out. And he still is out.
Yep.
You know, the third baseman, you range as far as to your left as you can. And Tatis sits there and thinks he made a nice play, which he did.
Yeah,
we did get the call.
We do too. First hit of the ball game, and this is Preston Wilson. He looks familiar to you. You know his dad, don't you, Al?
Sure. No, Mookie
Wilson.
And of course, he got introduced to the Cardinals pitching staff earlier this year. He got called up by the Mets, and he just torched the Cardinals.
First hit, big league hit, came off Donovan Osborne, but he had like 4 hits in 2 days, something like that. Oh, there you go. 6 for 8 in 2 days.
That's right. I think he had 3 doubles the second game. There's Donovan, he remembers him. But, you know, you file that and say, okay, now I know how to pitch him.
Derek Lee is aboard. This is young Mr. Wilson, and he's in the hole 0-2.
Major league debut with 3 hits, like a single off of Donovan in his first at bat. Then the second game, he collected 3 hits, 2 doubles. That was back in May 7th and 8th. He was acquired as part of the Mike Piazza trade.
His combined numbers at AAA as that one spins him out of there. 273 average, 26 homers, excuse me, 86 RBIs, 543 slugging percentage. So did a nice job at AAA this year.
Yeah, they feel he could be an impact type player. Great power, but he also knows how to play the game and good defensively.
2-2.
He becomes the 26th rookie used by the Marlins this year. And the 48th player overall.
Off speed missed. And the count goes full to Wilson. Ori on deck. Here's Matt Morris. Had just a terrific outing for his 5th win last night.
Talking to the Marlin coaches, and they are really in love with him.
Hey, ring him up. He floats in the breaking pitch, and Merker gets the rookie. Folks, don't forget, the Senior PGA Tour returns to St. Louis the week of September 21st. That goes through the 27th. That's the Boone Valley Classic. Hale Irwin looks to defend his title. You know, Lee Trevino, Gary Player, Gil Morgan. All those guys will be on hand. Call Metrotix 534-1111. One of the terrific events that have come to St. Louis. You know, the St. Louis is really turning into a sports mecca in the 90s, and the Senior PGA Tour is one of the great examples of that. Terrific, terrific deal. One away, this is Kevin Oring. And Merker gets ahead. To the left side, backhand Tatis over to second, got the lead man. Not enough to get the man at first base. Nice scoop by McGwire, however. Tatis is really settling in at third and just showing remarkable range, nice hands. I really like him the more I see him out.
Well, we talked about the term. He's a lot of upside to him. He's only 23 years of age. He's got all the tools. He can play defense. He's got an exceptional throwing arm. He's got a real live bat. Can run a little bit. And he's going to make some young mistakes, but I think we're going to see him mature into an outstanding player.
He replaces Gary Gaetti, who was a real favorite here and did some nice things. And what a perfect fit for Gary in Chicago now. Everybody knows, almost legendary in a couple of seasons, what he did at Wrigley Field against the Cubs. He had another home run today for Chicago. That's 2 in his last, I think, 4 games or 5 games, and he helped the Cubs win today.
A1, Sammy Sosa hit one. He's got 56, so maybe this will be the 19th time this season that Sosa and McGwire homer in the same game. This Big Mac's got to do it.
I like that idea.
Yep. Sammy's not going away.
No. As McGwire says, he's having a magical season. Randy Knorr, the other catcher on the Marlins, chops it to the left side. Polanco on to first, and that gets Merker out of the inning after a leadoff infield single. We'll go to the 3rd inning, no score in Miami.
Fox Sports World is the home of Juventus's Zinedine Zidane, one of FIFA's top 10 players of the year.
Zinedine Zidane has broken through.
Call 1-800-FOX-WORLD if you want 24-hour exposure to the world's best players.
And world peace. Could you please create a vast sports information source that's fast and fresh and loaded with attitude, where I could go for the latest sports dirt virtually any time, day or night? Oh, and could it be free?
Now, your prayers have been answered. From the hometown teams to the big leagues, it's all here and it's all free. Get your sports from a higher source. Fox Sports Online.
Thank you.
Jim Rome on Interleague Play.
Stadiums sell out. The battles are epic. How is this bad for baseball?
Rome on the NBA Lockout.
Why couldn't it have just been the WNBA?
The Last Word. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Rise and shine.
Fox Sports News brings you the fastest half hour of sports power. Fox Sports News this morning. Woo! With highlights and scores. Plus, our up-to-the-minute Fox Sports Newsline with all the latest breaking stories every half hour.
Hot off the grill. We are cooking.
Got 30 minutes? We've got your sports. Fox Sports News this morning. Weekdays starting at 6. College Football Saturday. The nation's top gunslingers face off.
My goodness!
Tim Couch duels Chris Redmond in an intrastate rivalry. Then it's a Big Ten, Pac-10 battle when the Fighting Illini clash with the Cougars. And conference foes hit the field. Heisman candidate Brock Heward leads the Huskies against J.R. Redmond and the Sun Devils. Triple header action kicks off Saturday at 2 on Fox Sports Midwest.
Here comes the skipper. Looks like there's going to be some fireworks now.
What are you doing tonight? Helen and I don't have any plans. Great! Smokey and his wife are coming to my house for dinner. Would you like to join us? That'd be great! If I can beat the traffic, I'll pick up some Bud Light. Bud Light! Looks like you're out of here. I'll see you and the wife tonight.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You have a beautiful home here. Oh, thank you very much.
Steak and Jake Genuine Chili is served in a variety of ways. This one has chili, spaghetti, extra chili beef, special sauce, chopped onions, cheddar, and Monterey Jack cheese, which is why we call it a 5-way.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Live from New York.
It's Saturday night.
It's the best of Saturday Night Live home video collection, only from Timeline Video.
I feel so sexy.
Now you can own the best of each season, starting with 1993.
Wow.
Call this number now and laugh at 93's funniest hits and characters for the special price of only $9.99.
Yes.
Order by credit card now and receive the Wayne's World Special video free, featuring classic moments with Wayne and Garth.
No way.
Then every month, preview over an hour of the very best of each year.
Wake up, babe. It's making me mental.
Wouldn't be prudent. Some man making coffee.
Relive Saturday Night Live at its best.
Okay.
Call now.
That's the ticket.
Call 1-800-518-8778 to order Saturday Night Live for only $9.99. Use your credit card and receive your free Wayne's World Special, or send check or money order to the address on your screen.
You're watching Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Midwest.
We head to the top of the third, no score. Cardinals looking for their first knock against Jesus Sanchez. It'll be Polanco, Merker, and Marrero. Merker hitting second out of that 8th slot. Good start for him in his first 2 innings of work. Placido Polanco has really been pretty good. I noticed you had mentioned, said hello and mentioned to Polanco the way he'd been playing, 3 for 6 in the series and doing a very, very nice job.
Well, you may not realize it, but he has an 8-game hitting streak.
Yep.
And during that time, 435, 10 for 23, and 6 RBIs. So,
yeah, you talk about people not mentioning some good things happening to other players, and we talked about other guys kind of catching that, riding that wave a little bit, that McGwire wave, and Polanco figured to be a second baseman on his way to the big leagues, but getting the shot to play shortstop. And had Luis Ordaz handled the bat, probably wouldn't have gotten a shot, but he couldn't, and now Polanco is, and is doing a decent job in the field, and look what he's done at the plate. Might have broken his bat, dumped into right field. They dropped the ball. Kotsay couldn't come up with the ball. Polanco's going to head for third. Kotsay's got an arm, but not a good enough one. And going in, standing up, Placido Polanco pushed it into right center field, and I'm not sure how that came off of Kotsay's glove, if he flinched maybe with the rookie coming his way, but that one got down.
well, remember, this is the first game that Kotsay and Preston Wilson are playing together, so maybe a little lack of communication. Felt the presence, he was a little bit too close, took his eye off the ball at the last second, trying to avert a collision, and that's all that Polanco needed. He had the play in front of him. He could do it all the rest himself, making the decision to go to third.
Times have changed, Al. They're calling that a triple all the way.
Yep.
Times have changed.
Well, everything. Just punish the pitcher for a miscue, a team miscue in the outfield.
But Polanco picks up the triple.
Because obviously the toughest part was getting to the ball. Kotsay got to the ball and off his glove.
Second triple of the year for Mr. Polanco. Now Merker can help himself. Infield in. Reach for that one, and he's in the hole 0-2. Leadoff triple for Placido Polanco. Rene Latchman calling the signs. He's got first run of the ball game, hopefully down at third base. How will the Cardinals play it with Merker at the dish, hitting 146? Outside, trying to get Merker to reach a little further. 1-2. Two RBIs in the season for Kent. Infield in, all the way around. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Kept it away, and caught Merker. Don't forget, folks, and I'm sure you know, football is here and in a big way, and on Fox Sports Midwest, we've got a triple header. Kentucky against Louisville, the Fighting Illini in Washington State. And Washington travels to Tempe to take on the Sun Devils. All starts Saturday at 9, the triple header on Fox Sports Midwest. Edgar Renteria, for you basketball fans in St. Louis, an uncanny resemblance to Virgil Cobbin. Trust me on that, Al. This is Eli Marrero. Into right center field, going back, Wilson and Kotze tagging Polanco. Here's the throw. Barrero did his job and drives in the first run of the ball game. Eli picks up the ribby, and the Cardinals lead 1-0.
Well, nice sacrifice fly right there. If you're going to be in an RBI position, you just really have to relax, one thing, but more importantly, you have to want to be at the plate. And out away from him, wasn't trying to do too much with it, just tried to take it that way, and the Cardinals have a 1-0 lead.
His 15th RBI of the year, and we'll get it started again with Kelly. 2 down, Pat Kelly stands in, a strikeout victim to start the game. Wants to bunt his way on, pushes it past the pitcher on the run, save! Well, I asked Pat Kelly before the game if he thought he could run. He says, yeah, I think I'll be okay. I think he's okay. That's a nice play.
Well, it really is. And, of course, once you punch it by the pitcher, second baseman Castillo wailed back, and all he could do is a shovel pass, and Kelly beats it. Got it by the pitcher, and, then it's a foot race. You see he couldn't get anything on the throw, and so that's a heads-up play by a veteran.
With 2 away, Ray Langford could do some damage. Ray walked his first time. .25 homers, 88 RBIs. What a terrific second half. 3 for 9 in this series. The big redhead on deck. We get a chance. There he balked, and the next time we get a runner on, Derek Lee has an interesting way of holding runners in certain situations, and we'll get a look at that the next time. He's not on the bag. He uses that left hand to swing it back around. I don't know if you can catch, folks. He looks like he's off the bag at times, but it's by design. We'll look at that again if somebody gets on first and they hold in that way. Now Ray Langford, a base hit to pick up an RBI. Take a look. Al, what do you think of that?
Well, he's got such long arms he can do it, but it's a little deceptive to a lot of the runners. I think that's one of the key factors. Sanchez has balked now for the 4th time, but he does lead the major league with 12 pickoffs. And the Marlin coaches told me he could be called for at least 1 tonight. They were thinking that because of Angel Hernandez and the way he called a couple on Oliver the other night.
Kelly's at second, 2 away. 1-1 pitch to Ray Langford. Fouled it off, 1-2. At .385 since July 10th.
And I think there's another factor too, as to remember how McGwire set a Cardinal record being intentionally passed 27 times. It's only been 11 times in the second half, and now that Ray's gotten hot and BJ and he are exchanging, hitting behind McGwire, clubs are finding they have to pitch to Big Mac.
Off speed, line drive, but right at Luis Castillo. Langford put the screws to it, but it was right at the second baseman. 1-0 Cardinals.
And world peace. Could you please create a vast sports information source that's fast and fresh and loaded with attitude, where I could go for the latest sports dirt virtually any time, day or night? Oh. And could it be free?
Now, your prayers have been answered. From the hometown teams to the big leagues, it's all here and it's all free. Get your sports from a higher source. Fox Sports Online.
Thank you.
Jim Rome on Interleague Play.
Stadiums sell out. The battles are epic. How is this bad for baseball?
Rome on the NBA Lockout.
Why couldn't it have just been the WNBA?
The Last Word. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net. The biggest names in sports, the stories everyone's talking about. But nobody covers them like Steve Lyon.
Name the 7 dwarfs.
Expect the unexpected. It's Rewind. Mondays on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, we've got a great match here at the Murphy home.
Sweet conditions inside the crib.
Cleared by the midfielder. Perfect header by the Italian. Oh!
rookie's going to feel that one.
Fox Sports Soccer 99. It's easier on your home than the real thing.
He shoots! Tragic!
Sports games, Fox Attitude.
Uh-oh, here comes the skipper. Looks like there's going to be some fireworks now.
What are you doing tonight? Helen and I on every plan. Great! Smoky and his wife are coming to my house for dinner. Would you like to join us? That'd be great! If I can beat the traffic, I'll pick up some Bud Light! Bud Light! Looks like you're out of here! I'll see you and the wife tonight!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You have a beautiful home here! Well, thank you very much!
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,000 cash back on Chrysler Sebring Coupe and get low lease rates on Sebring Convertible. Clearance means bigger cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Chrysler Cirrus, ranked best entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power and Associates. Or get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Neon. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Nobody does it like you, the way that you do.
Mrs. Adams Vacuum makes cleaning carpets a real workout. Mrs. Stevens' new self-propelled wind tunnel by Hoover almost works by itself. And wind tunnel cleaners work so well, they pick up more dirt than any other clean air upright. Self-propelled wind tunnel.
Hoover, nobody does it like you.
Hey, Blues fans, September means training camp, and October means game on. You want to go? Time is running out. Full season tickets offer big discounts and special privileges. 11 game packs are available in weekend and weeknight plans. Or try one of our 6-packs, featuring big games on big nights. The price is right. You want to go? Give the Blues a call today at 622-BLUE. That's 622-BLUE.
First pitch, bottom of the third, line drive the other way for Luis Castillo. One pitch, one out. That's the way to do it. And that'll bring up Jesus Sanchez. Take a look at how it happened.
Well, that's what we want to see. Just a line drive, first pitch. Brian Jordan holding his own out there.
Great positioning. He was right where he was supposed to be. Shallow and little toward the line. And that's okay. We don't mind missing a pitch to get ready for puck season.
Didn't miss one. We showed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got it in there. We miss hearing Ken Wilson's voice. So get ready for the pucks. This is Jesus Sanchez
and Bruce Affleck this year.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see our buddy Bruce Affleck up there with Ken. It'll be a great team. They'll have a good time. Swing and a miss. Sanchez, if you're wondering, is not an accomplished hitter. 0.95 on the season. 4 for 42 to be exact.
Sound like you're not showing much respect. Get burned that way.
Well, I probably wouldn't. But then again, there are so many more reasons why I shouldn't be out there pitching that that's way down the list.
And he strikes out
as he falls out of the box.
As he walks into a fastball.
Third strikeout for Kent Merker.
I told you Sanchez, I like him as a pitcher. I didn't say anything about his team, but he does commit. You know, he didn't mean to.
Maybe even if he, you know, even if we didn't really go around, the ump said, I got to protect this kid. Go sit down. I don't want you to get hurt. Top of the order, Gonzalez. You know, we talk about what has happened to this Marlins team, and take a look, actually 5 hitters in a row, and you look at their batting averages, starting with Ori and back around to this kid, Gonzalez. 212, 167, 172, 095, 161. That's a tough way for a Jim Leyland to try and score runs.
Well, to be quite honest, this is not a major league team. I mean, you know, this is really more of a AAA ball club that you got right here. It's the hand that Leyland was dealt this year.
Softly to short. Polanco bobbles. He'll still try and throw him out, but he can't. That will be an error on Polanco. And a 2-out miscue will bring up Cliff Floyd.
Comes in on it nicely. And just had a little trouble exchange. Stays with it. Almost gets him, but that is the 4th error on Polanco this year. 122 for the season. Oh, I'm sorry. 100. It's. I reverse these. Yeah, 106 for the season.
Line drive center field. Langford goes back. Deepest part of the ballpark. 420 feet away. And Ray Langford hauls it in. What a catch by Langford. And the other leadoff guy due up for the Redbirds.
Weeknights, Bobcats getting wild on FX.
My new show on FX has all the elements for quality entertainment.
Kinky fun. Twisted games.
That hurt my package even.
And demented laughs.
But in a good way.
Don't miss Bobcat's Big Ass Show.
God help our country.
Weeknights at 10:30, only on FX. It's Baseball Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
Fly away!
The biggest bats.
This is tag. Forget it.
The best arms.
He struck him out.
And the stars of tomorrow hit the field every Thursday.
He robs him of another home run.
The National Game of the Week. Catch Baseball Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
Oh my gosh, like last night, did you notice how angry Sean was? I know, he was like totally spazzing out. I don't know what his problem was. Well, anyway, he thought that Jeremy said that he liked me, so we started like getting all jealous and stuff. And then Sarah, Jessica, and Michelle came up, and they were like, yeah, Jordan's flirting with Jeremy. And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Anyways, but I was like all freaked out that he was like gonna dump me or something. So I went up to him and I was like, no, chill out, it wasn't flirting, blah, blah, blah. He was like, okay, I believe you, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, did you see what Molly was wearing today? Like,
You are now free to move about the country.
it was, like cool.
Gumballs. Whoa.
The Casino Queen. We know what floats your boat.
Hey, it's Craig here for Dobbs. Listen, they just told me about this great new tire offer. Yeah, part of their lowest price guarantee. If you've got $100, you can drive off with 4 brand new tires, 1 for each wheel. Oh, a mathematician. Dobbs has the largest in-stock selection of tires and the lowest prices on all national brands guaranteed. Remember, 4 tires at most popular sizes for $100. Hey, why don't you grow that mustache? If you depend on your car, depend on Dobbs.
Get the official Cardinals publication commemorating Mark McGwire's run for the home run record. It's the Cardinals Game Day magazine. This issue sure to be a collectible. Catch the limited edition poster featuring both McGwire and Maris. And get it by calling 314-982-7336 and start your subscription today. Mark McGwire will lead it off here in the 4th, and a partial standing ovation from the crowd. They love Big Mac here in Florida and want to see more. 0 for 1, hit into a double play in the 1st. Now 3 for 9 in the series, including and especially those 2 home runs last night. In fact, all 3 hits came last night, a single, and those pair of homers. Hit it here, Big Mac. Way up there. Almost hit it that far last year. That sign was way up in the upper deck. Down low, ball one. Crowd says throw strikes. And the Marlins, by and large, have been doing that in the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, you got to commend these young kids that have been going right after McGwire. I think the crowd is also reacting to all the flash balls, maybe more flash balls than we've seen at any other time, and also that apparently the strike was called for a ball. I can't even tell. And
fans thought it was going to be a strike because he came in with the heat, but it's ball 2. There's a called strike. See, that's what we're talking about. Here's some kids, unlike, let's be honest, Cincinnati, where they're rebuilding as well, and they're nibbling around and pitching around, and that chance these kids want to see. I want to try and get out Mark McGwire.
Well, Jack McKeon, and I have the utmost respect for Jack McKeon, but he's saying I'm not going to allow his pitching staff to lose a game to McGwire. There's talking about the flash bulbs all around, but Jim Leland saying, hey, this is the only way you learn is to learn how to pitch.
3-1 pitch, and he walked it. But I don't think that in this case Sanchez was pitching around him, Al. Yeah, he was just coming with the heat.
Right. That's the one thing that fans have to understand, that sometimes a guy in his aggressiveness to try and attack a hitter is going to be all around the plate because he overthrows, he does the little things naturally because he's saying, I want to be up for this dramatic encounter. So it's not always when you walk a guy are you pitching around him.
What a great job by our leadoff man.
Yep.
McGwire draws the walk and gets aboard.
You know, he leads the National League, or is it the major leagues in on base percentage?
Just a little bit under a 500 percentage. Strike 1 to Jordan.
And that's what we've been kidding the last couple days about Mark being the leadoff guy, because he's hit about 5 or 6 times that way.
Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch.
That's why I don't get excited about the batting order like you do, Mr. Ramsey.
You know what? I'm sorry.
I said I don't get excited about the batting order like you do.
I don't get excited or not excited. I think that's fun. But you're right.
Another balk.
How about that?
Angel did get him this time. And this one was different. Said he started his motion, then he stopped. He's a base stealing threat. That's why he balked him over. Well, he is. He's 1,000% this year.
Means he's not running enough.
Once you put his foot in the rubber, he'll start to come up, I believe. Yep. So he started to reach in the glove, and that's a balk.
Jordan fouls it off. He's still in the hole 0-2. Yeah, Al teasing me about lineups, and we talk about them, or I talk about them a lot. Al's point is that once the game gets going, there's no real certainty where certain guys in the order are going to hit. Outside for a ball. However, in a normal lineup, when a pitcher's hitting 9th, you'd be surprised the numbers bear out that the leadoff guy does lead off more than everybody else, discounting the first inning.
And you may be surprised to know that McGwire's hit a home run in every single inning except for one, and that's the second inning.
One ball, 2 strikes. To the left side. That's a base hit. McGwire waited to see if it would go through and couldn't advance. That's a tough play for a runner. McGwire was frozen on that play. He thought that Gonzalez was going to get there.
Well, he also has to know his own running speed. He has to know that the ball hit in front of you, you cannot advance to third. When he scoots third, you know, he's still at that point, he was too close to the second base bag to try and challenge Floyd, the left fielder. So it's one of those things. It finds a hole you can't advance on.
Hey, Cardinal fans, as they go to the mound to talk about this one, let's take a break in the action, and it's brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. McGwire at second base, Jordan over at first. Wanted to talk to Jesus Sanchez about the little bit of trouble he's in now. A leadoff walk, Little base hit through the left side. Now Ron Gant has a chance to do some damage. He grounded out his first time. Kevin Ory made a nice play. I don't want to say he took a hit away necessarily from Gant, but he had to make a nice play. Ron's 0 for 1. Comes in with the fastball for a strike. 1-1. A lot of area in right center field for Ron Gant to hit to. They know that more often than not he's going to try and pull the ball.
Yeah, we all know that if Ronnie would go that way more often, how much more dangerous he would be. Average would go up, and his production would also.
Down low. He puts one in the gap here in right center field. That's 2 RBIs.
2 RBIs. Ball gets down, and Ron Gant strong enough. And you're asking a guy to do something that he's very capable of doing.
Because we see it on occasion. Comes inside. 3 balls and a strike. Cardinals plated the only run in this game in the top of the 3rd after a triple by Polanco and a sacrifice fly, and that's all the scoring we've had so far. Swing and a miss. He was going for it. The count goes full. We'll see if Gant shortens up his stroke to protect the plate.
Little guy at 5'10", 153, but he can throw a ball by people. Get that fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour, and he'll change speeds. I guess that was a subliminal message right there.
Our guys in the truck, they will put the subliminal messages out there for you.
I'm working with Tom Mee for about 10, 12 years, whatever it is now. He's never been right on calling a home run, so I guess he, instead of verbalizing, he just calls it with his scoreboard.
Trying to change his luck. Here's the pitch. And he walks Ron Gant. And the bases are loaded and nobody out.
That is one thing about the Marlins. They lead the National League in walks. They're over 600. And at yesterday's count, no other team in the in baseball in the National League, its pitching staff had allowed even 500 walks. The Dodgers were like at 590 something, but that is one of the kiss of death for a very young pitching staff. They're always pitching behind in the count, and they walk far too many.
See if Tatis can put something on the board. Called strike on the inside corner with the heat. Tatis didn't like it. Average down to 298. There you see it. Pretty good speed on the bases after McGwire. See in your Fox box, the 3 dots. McGwire's on the left. At the top of your screen, it's Jordan. Gant on the right. Let you know what's going on. Hard hit, base hit. Down the line. 1 run will score. Here comes 2. On his way to 3rd is Gant. Head first slide. No tag. And a double for Fernando Tatis and 2-run score.
Very good sign of maturity there. Got him out the first time on the changeups. So this time he's looking for it. Still aggressive. Here he just pulls it right by the Ory, the 3rd baseman. Really hit it hard down in the left field corner. Mack will score easily, and Langford will come flying around. Or I mean, Jordan will come flying around.
His 9th double as a Cardinal. 12 RBIs with the Redbirds. Hitting right at 300, and a chance for Polanco to come through again. 2nd and 3rd, 2 runs in, and there's still nobody out. As I told you, Placido tripled and scored his last time.
Polanco, just with his hot streak now, is he's hitting 286. with the runners in scoring position.
The infield is in, trying to choke off a run, but that could help the Cardinals shortstop. Try and put it in play with something on it. 2 balls, no strikes. He takes 3-0. Of course, Sanchez and the Marlins know that Merker is on deck. Way inside, the bases are loaded again. Now Polanco couldn't help but walk that time. That was nowhere near the plate.
4 walks now given to the Cardinals, 3 in this inning. Still nobody out. There's your pitching coach for the Marlins, and Tim Leland. I'll tell you that the Marlins now have walked 618 batters, where only the Cubs and the Dodgers are sitting right at 500 in walks allowed. Everybody else is below that.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Merker gets a hack, fouls it off. We'll check and see if he broke his bat. Had a funny sound coming off there. He's going to get back in there. Good speed on the bases. Gant at third. Tatis at second. Polanco at first. Infield in. Shallow in the outfield. Off speed up and in. 1-1.
Sanchez struck out Merker with Polanco at third base last time, but every pitch was a ball. Really slung the ball, gave him a lot of deception. Nobody out here.
Well hit, way back. This one might get out of here. Grand slam, Ken Merker. Stunned disbelief in the Cardinal dugout as Merker hits a grand slam home run. 7-0 Cardinals. I thought some teammates were going to faint in the dugout. Take a look.
Now look at, see where the ball is up over the plate. He just gives it a rip. That's the first of his career. And it's not just a home run, it's a grand slam.
How about, look at Kent Bottenfield. He can't believe it.
Well, because those guys have to listen to him. Sanchez is through for the night.
Look at that. You know what his teammates will say? What makes you think you have the right to take a swing like that? And he just got all of it, Al.
Well, go up there and you make a mistake. You get a ball in somebody's wheelhouse. And that ball was hit like a rocket. Merker wasn't taking anything for granted, but he knew he hit it pretty good.
Kent Merker with a grand slam home run, and our old friend Eric Ludwick is going to come in and try and put out the fire. At least let it simmer down a little bit. A 6-run fourth so far, and there's still nobody out. Merker with the bomb.
When you ship with Priority Mail, it's a great way to save money. But what about other parts of the world? There's Global Priority Mail. And here's the best part. Give us a few days more, and you can save up to 70% over FedEx or UPS. So, what's your global priority? Try Global Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
There was an old woman who lived in a funky retro house, kind of shaped like a shoe. Had so many kids and a whole lot to do. To keep up with it all, she called Southwestern Bell and went wireless with someone she knew pretty well. After all, she has places to go, people to see. For the first time in her life, she's totally free. And the moral is, go with someone you know and live happily ever after.
Sign up now and get free nights and weekends for up to 2 years.
This is Hot Shot, Al Rabowski. When I want to watch exciting satellite sports on the big screen, I go to Hot Shots. They've got dart, pool, golf, and foosball tournaments with games and leagues for all skill levels. You'll find fun people, an active atmosphere, and great dinner platters. Hot Shots is open 7 days a week with hourly specials every night. And remember, the kitchen stays open until the cows come home. Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill with 4 locations: St. Charles, Bridgeton, Manchester, and South County.
We're live at the 9th hole.
Matt's a bit off his game today, man, Earl.
Looks like Steve's in the bunker.
Dude, you killed Bob. Fox Sports Golf 99. It's easier on your home than the real thing. Sports games, Fox Attitude.
Here's what makes this game cool. Lines. Very few lines on a soccer field. Basically, naked. Very European. But us Americans love lines. We need the measured conquest of land. 4 yards here, 7 yards there. Boom. Victory. So when we watch soccer, we're going through withdrawal, man. There's no lines. There's no land to be won. Just goals to be scored. Scary. You Europeans, you're more mature. You don't need lines, do you? No, you don't. If that's what soccer can do for America, baby, I say, bring it out.
Here we go.
Call 1-800-FOX-WORLD and tell your cable operator you want the world's best soccer coverage 24 hours a day.
Eric Ludwick comes in. He was ready to go. Already strike 1 to Marrero on a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 90-mile-an-hour fastball first, off-speed pitch second. As Ludwick, after Sanchez gave up a grand slam to that man, Kent Merker, has come on to try and shut down the Cardinals. Ludwick comes in with a 1-3 record at 6.58 earned run average. Former Cardinal Eric Ludwick.
Well, he was sent to Oakland as part of the Mark McGwire deal. Then the Marlins acquired him for Abbott, shortstop. What a terrible season he's had, though. I mean, you talk about being on the disabled list. First of all, he has a soreness in his right hand. Then he fractured a right ulnar. Then he has a stress fracture in his lower back. So he's just trying to make it back, and he's in here because Merker broke the Marlins back.
He sure did, and now Ludwick comes in and strikes out Marrero for the first out of the inning. By the way, you're wondering about Merker's grand slam and what it means to the Cardinals. Last pitcher grand slam, Donovan Osborne, the other lefty in the Cardinal rotation, about 2 years ago, the 7th of September against, I believe it was Andy Ashby of the Padres. So maybe we'll get those two guys maybe to swap grand slam stories for us. This is the top of the order, and Kelly with 1 away. Yeah, you mentioned all the injuries Ludwick's gone through.
Hey, listen, tell that cameraman he can't be talking to the pitchers or hitters. That's only Jasper's position.
Kelly can't beat this one out.
You know, our fine cameraman up here behind home plate. Well, Richie doesn't have the qualifications to talk to any of the pitchers or hitters. Jasper had to talk with McGwire. He talked to McGwire yesterday, and that's why I guess Merker was listening, and maybe that's why he got the grand slam. Yeah, he was listening right along when Jasper talked to McGwire for his two.
There's Jasper.
There's
You know, my understanding is that with all the shakeups going on here and the looming sale of this ball club, that Jasper has a chance and is likely to be the guy to run this franchise. That's my understanding. I mean, you know, that's kind of the rumors that are going around.
I know this is only your second year. You don't know Jasper does run this franchise.
Well, official title.
Or at least he did last year when they were world champions.
They're going to give him the official title, though. Finally get his due.
He was letting Richie take part control this year.
I understand he may call the shop steward on that. Richie's getting out of line there. This is Ray Langford, 0 for 1, although he hit a screamer right at the second baseman his last time up.
Well, depending on what Langford does, we may see our leadoff man again.
Absolutely. Ray walked in front of McGwire in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 2. When Ludwick is good, why is he good?
Well, he has an overpowering fastball. He's very mechanical, very stiff. You know, he doesn't really spot the ball as well as you'd like to see him, but he has a major league arm that he just has to learn how to pitch.
Lee will handle it himself, and so Ludwick comes in and gets 3 straight outs, but not a 3 up, 3 down. The Cardinals' first 6 hitters in the inning came up, and they all scored, and Merker hit the slam.
Here's what makes this game cool. Free kicks. You ever heard the phrase, the best things in life are free? And in soccer, it's true. Say a player does something bad, trips another player, or insults the queen. He's got to hand the ball over to the opposition for a free kick. Back for shot. Then a pro like Roberto Carlos lines up, takes dead aim at the net, while the opposing players have to wonder whether to give up the goal or give up the ability to have children. Nothing free about that decision for them, huh? Who said the dark ages are dead?
Call 1-800-FOX-WORLD and tell your cable operator you want the world's best soccer coverage 24 hours a day. Fox Sports World is the home of Juventus's Zinedine Zidane, one of FIFA's top 10 players of the year.
Zinedine Zidane has broken through.
Call 1-800-FOX-WORLD if you want 24-hour exposure to the world's best players.
And world peace. And could you please create a vast sports information source that's fast and fresh and loaded with attitude, where I could go for the latest sports dirt virtually any time, day or night? Oh, and could it be free?
Now, your prayers have been answered. From the hometown teams to the big leagues, it's all here and it's all free. Get your sports from a higher source. Fox Sports Online.
Thank you.
When you ship with Priority Mail, it's a great way to save money. But what about other parts of the world? There's Global Priority Mail. And here's the best part. Give us a few days more, and you can save up to 70% over FedEx or UPS. So, what's your global priority? Try Global Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Presenting Body and Soul. Luther Vandross.
I promise to love faithfully.
Freddie Jackson. Get Body and Soul on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes.
When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing.
Then audition other great Body and Soul albums.
Let me love you down.
Call now to get Body and Soul.
Call 1-800-683-7799 or send $17.99 for 2 cassettes or $19.99 for 2 CDs plus $3.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
Cubs Cards, Tuesday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Midwest.
7-0 Cardinals. A grand slam home run tonight, but it's not the Mark McGwire story so far, Al. Kent Merker.
So far, but Kent Merker is really pitching very well.
Doing a nice job. And you know, you talked about the very beginning of the show. Cardinals. Feels like they're starting to get that energy from McGwire. And it's not to say that there's a direct relationship between some of these things, but a number of good things are starting to happen when the first 3.5 months of the season it was one bad thing right after another.
It was funny, you know, obviously the pitching had a large factor because starting pitching will dictate how a ball game evolves. And it sure can really get you off to a fast, quick start when somebody's pitching like Merker is.
Fly ball, well hit left field. Gant goes back, has a beat in front of the track and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Hey folks, Cardinal Baseball on Fox Sports Midwest is brought to you in part by your local Dodge dealer. The exclusive automotive dealer of the Cardinals on Fox Sports Midwest, by Pizza Hut, home of the Ed, the Sicilian Pizza, and more. And by Auto Tire. Auto Tire, the home of bottom line pricing. Bottom line, go Cardinals. 1 up, 1 down here in the 4th. Merker's got a huge cushion. Can he sail? This is Derek Lee with 1 away. Handling prosperity. For pitchers, sometimes that can be as tough as handling adversity. You see some guys get big leads and kind of change their patterns, change their concentration.
I always laughed when people say, well, a guy can't pitch with a lead. Well, I don't want a pitcher on my staff that can only pitch with, you know, when he's losing. Anybody can do that. But you still have to have the same focus. You know, you could have a 7-0 game such as Merker, and you think it's a 0-0 ball game.
And those are a lot of things, you know, I think, you know, you can go back on this subject to pitchers not spending as much time occasionally in the minor leagues, learning those kinds of things, learning at the big league level, learning about concentration as Lee strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, really the only way to learn is to pitch. And here's an off-speed pitch, just turns the ball over just slightly, and great location. But it's kind of a catch-22. Now that you are signing young players, amateur draft picks with such high dollars, sometimes you got to rush them to the big leagues just to guarantee that you have some return on your money.
This is Preston Wilson. By the way, that was the 4th strikeout of the game for Merker. Lee. Wilson was the strikeout victim. Off-speed pitch, just missed. Took a big hack and missed. 2-1.
Merker just doing a nice job. The ball seems like it's jumping out of his wrist right on top of these guys because he's changing speed so effectively.
The breaking pitch that just missed. Three and 1. Merker's ready, and here's the pitch. Fouled off. 3-2. Payoff pitch on its way. High fly ball if it stays fair. Deep into the night. Foul ball.
Reach the upper deck. Gives you an idea of the type of power that Preston Wilson has. Look at that swing. Just quick wrist.
Talks about some bat speed.
It's his first game for the Marlins, just recalled yesterday. Zonka may not like the way he's abusing him up there. Look on the quarterback.
Here's another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out. 2 strikeouts in a row, 5 in the game for Kent Merker. He's doing the pitching, he's doing the hitting. And our leadoff man is back up, Mark McGwire.
Flying to Chicago Midway for business?
If these 16 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Chicago Midway, maybe this will. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
You are now free to move about the country.
Your car needs fixing. You're here. And the dealer is over there. But your CarX is here, 18 St. Louis area locations. So just drop into your neighborhood CarX. You don't need an appointment. And we can help you with a whole lot more than brakes and mufflers. So where should you take your car? It's easy. Your St. Louis area CarX, your neighborhood car care center.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
It's back. And this time, there's something new. Now there's a wind tunnel that's self-propelled.
Nobody
New self-propelled wind tunnel.
does it like you.
Here's our Southwestern Belt trivia question for the night. The last Cardinal lead the National League in RBIs. If you're 35 years old or older and you didn't get it, you get demerits. That was a fun year, wasn't it, Al, to be with the Cardinals?
Well, it sure
Joe
was.
Torre's MVP year. I believe he had 363.
See, 363, I think 25 home runs, 137 RBIs, and not a leg hit in the bunch.
Mark McGwire. Not going to get many leg hits either.
And he's not going to win the RBI title either.
Walked and scored last inning. 9 players batted the inning. McGwire. Flash bulbs a poppin', swing and a miss, strike one. That will be a fine picture for those who were in focus.
Well, and here's two guys traded for each other. Of course, Blake Stein and T.J. Matthews were the other two young pitchers that were traded from the Cardinals to acquire Mark McGwire.
Don't forget, after the game, Fox Sports News Prime Time comes your way. All the scores, all the highlights, all you need to know in the world of sports following our action tonight here in Florida. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McGwire. Way outside, 2-2.
It's the 5th time in 2 days that he's leading off an inning. You see that slider from Ludwick? You know, it's real inconsistent. It can be good at times. It can be a home run pitch at others.
Try it again. The count goes full. What will this next pitch be? Way up and in with the heater. And the fans didn't like Eric Ludwick's approach, and McGwire walks for the 2nd straight time.
All the flash bulbs. Now that's 145 walks National League pitchers have given to Mark McGwire.
Puts him back on pace for Ruth's 170. Brian Jordan got a base hit his last time. Scooted one through the hole between 3rd and short. And like everybody else, like the first 6 hitters back in the 4th, they all scored.
Concession time. Mark's on first base.
He won't be up for at least another 20-30 minutes, so we can go get in line.
Well, you never know. He may steal a base here. Ludwick very slow to the plate. 1 for 1 this year. A walking lead.
Called strike on the inside corner. Jordan didn't like it.
I bet if we talked to him, he would say he was going to steal, but 7-0. He has too much respect for the game.
Didn't want to show him up. 1 ball, 1 strike to BJ. Now Jordan's looking back. Wait a minute. You gave him the inside corner. Now he's got the outside corner. What up?
And you look at our trio of outfielders. Last year we talked about 3 potential 30-30 guys. You have combined for 70 home runs this year.
Yeah, it's an excellent chance, a very good chance for all 3 getting at least 25.
Sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jordan. McGwire at first. Power pitch, power swing, and Brian Jordan will sit down. Second strikeout for Ludwick. See if Ron Gant can add to the fun here as the Cardinals trying to go for a sweep. Long way to go in this one, but a nice cushion early lead, early big lead for Kent Mercker. 1-on-1 out for Gant. Strike one.
You go up there guessing fastball, and you see him drop a little bit down in his delivery. You know it's a slider. Lay off it until you get to 2 strikes.
Lay off it. 1-1.
And there's the inconsistency of that slider.
McGwire with his lead, low and away.
Slider.
2-1.
The ball.
Cardinals have 7 runs on 5 hits. Check swing foul.
But he is effective in the sense that he's wild enough that everybody's a little bit tippy-toeing in that batter's box. Well, that's a term where I say effectively wild. You get guys that aren't anxious to run up there because you know this guy's a little, he throws hard and he isn't sure where it's going.
Two pitch on its way. Up the middle. Could be 2. Over to first. Got them both, and the double play ends the inning after a leadoff walk. Ludwick and the Marlins get out of the inning. McGwire and the Cardinals on top 7-0.
Those are some pretty harmonies you got going there, boy. You sure can't hit the high notes.
Careful, Tim. Next thing you know, Road Dogg will want to be singing backup.
Sorry, man. It's still a sore subject with Road Dogg.
Bud Light is proud to sponsor Tim McGraw.
Maybe you can sing with a few sad songs. All right.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means low finance rates. Now get 1.9 APR on all Chrysler and Plymouth minivans. Clearance means America's lowest priced minivan, Plymouth Voyager, costs even less. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Grand Voyager and Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Is your present home feeling a little cramped? Then trade it in for a bigger, better home from Coachman Homes. Your new Coachman home includes all these extras, not to mention extra space. For a better deal on a better home, better see Coachman today.
Save now on the largest selection of manufactured homes in the Midwest during Coachman Homes Red, White, and Blue Sale. One low price includes everything: setup, delivery, air conditioning, appliances, and more. Save big. Buy now during the Red, White, and Blue Sale at Coachman Homes.
Let's check our U.S. Postal Services out-of-town National League scores. Slammin' Sammy pulls it within 1 of McGwire's. The Cubs win. The Giants all over Montreal, heating up in a nice wild card race. Pittsburgh on top. And early scores 1-1, 0-0, not yet underway. On the coast, Kevin Ory against Mercker. And ball 1 as we get underway here in the bottom of the 5th. Ory, Noren, Castillo due up. To the left side. Tatis backs up, takes his time on the money, throws him out, 1 away. 5 in a row retired by Mercker.
He sometimes gets in trouble with his throwing. And you see sometimes it looks like he kind of wraps the ball and
must be a tent sale going on back there. This is Randy Knorr with 1 away. To the left side, Tatis can't get it. Polanco can. Nor doesn't run well, so the play is easy. Polanco does a nice job as Tatis cut in front of him out.
Well, we talked about the third baseman could try and go as far as he can to his left, but sometimes if that shortstop does not have good concentration, he will have that blur in front of him, distract him, and not look the ball into his glove.
Talking about Blues hockey coming up not too long on Fox Sports Midwest. Talking about a goalie being screened. It's a screen shot in front of the shortstop unless he is concentrating, as Al tells you. Castillo now with 2 down. Ooh, gets the inside corner for a strike.
I don't like this strike zone tonight.
Snappy.
It's getaway day.
It's snappy. Let's go right back there.
You know, 7.
Strike 2.
7-0 lead. They've lost 92 ball games. You hope the umpires aren't thinking that way, but it's been on both sides.
Hey, ring him up. Nice job. Good hands by McGwire to hang on to that tip ball. 8 in a row. Retired by Merkel.
Ever think about the one, the only Pizza Hut pan, the holder of our favorite pizza? Yeah, we ooh and ah over the bubbling cheese and stuff, but do we ever compliment the pan? Thanks, pan, for making the crust so crispy and chewy. No, the pizza gets all the attention in the pan. Well, it gets washed. In honor of the forgotten pan, Pizza Hut is doing something unforgettable. For a very short time, a Supreme or up to 3 toppings pan pizzas just $8.99. $8.99. Oh, Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila, and I want to show you another great innovation in Craftsman hand tools. It's the Craftsman Quick Wrench, exclusively from Sears. The Quick Wrench is a combination wrench with a unique open-end design that makes it work like a ratchet. An ordinary open-end wrench has to be removed and repositioned after every turn. But the Craftsman Quick Wrench stays in continuous contact, making the job faster and easier. And what about those places where a ratchet and socket won't fit? That's where the Quick Wrench really comes in handy. It's made to reach right into tight spaces, and the ratcheting action gets the job done in no time. The Craftsman Quick Wrench can be used almost anywhere, in the garage, in the yard, and in your home. No toolbox is complete without a Quick Wrench set. And because it's a Craftsman hand tool made in America, it's guaranteed forever.
Call now to order your set of 6 Craftsman Quick Wrenches in standard or metric for only $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Use your Sears card or other credit card and call 1-800-832-5200. Call right now.
Keep watching Fox Sports News.
Cardinal baseball on Fox Sports Midwest is brought to you by Hoover. Nobody gets the dirt like Hoover. Nobody. At Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. If you depend on your car, depend on Dobbs. And by Steak and Shake. Extra innings are open 24 hours. Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Boy, a beautiful scene in South Florida. I had a good-looking crowd at the ballpark. Crowds have perked up here the last 3 days, Al Hrabosky.
Sure have.
Fernando Tatis will lead it off. Top of the 6th inning. And Ludwick gets ahead. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Took a big cut on the heater.
Some of the best curls since we've seen Tatis take his helmet off. See his yellow locks.
Fernando Goldilocks Tatis.
That could be his new name.
Could be. Scored a run, a couple of RBIs. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He'd like to improve that. But he rings him up. Fernando is not very happy about that. You saw those beautiful scenes of what's practically tropical South Florida. How about going on a cruise in January? Those are the phone numbers for the Cardinal Cruise annually. One of the best times you'll ever have. Al Hrabosky, you're there just about every year, and it is a great time. Give him a call, Altair Travel.
Yeah, I think Joe Buck, if can arrange his schedule around the Super Bowl, he'll be emceeing things with Ray Langford, and some of his teammates will be aboard with some Cardinal dignitaries going to the Western Caribbean. Great. Yeah, Cozumel.
That new private island. Yeah, that's going to be a good time. Cozumel is one of my favorite spots. That'll be a blast. I personally recommend that, and so therefore Along with all the Cardinal stuff, that'll be a nice trip on the cruise. There's one of the cruisers, Ray Langford.
Ray will be directing the salsa dance lessons nightly.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That is wild. To the right side, off the end of the bat, however, and Lee will make the play.
Yolanda will be laughing at him.
That I would expect. 2 down for Merker. How about slamming Sammy? But Kent Merker got his own slam tonight, his last time up. He hit one over the boards in right field for a grand slam, his first home run in his career. He tried again, strike one.
That's
grand slam swing with nobody on, but there it was.
Not quite Tony Cloninger yet. You know, Rick Wise threw a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs in the same game.
Take a look. This was in the 4th. Right out of his shoes and right out of the ballpark.
3-0 game at that point.
Ludwick ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I think that was right in the camera well or 1 row up.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 5 in a row retired by Eric Ludwick, and that's his 4th strikeout. He's come in and done the job.
And world peace. And could you please create a vast sports information source that's fast and fresh and loaded with attitude, where I could go for the latest sports dirt virtually any time, day or night? Oh. And could it be free?
Now, your prayers have been answered. From the hometown teams to the big leagues, it's all here and it's all free. Get your sports from a higher source. Fox Sports Online.
Thank you.
Jim Rome on Interleague Play.
Stadiums sell out. The battles are epic. How is this bad for baseball?
Rome on the NBA Lockout.
Why couldn't it have just been the WNBA?
The Last Word. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net. The biggest names in sports, the stories everyone's talking about. But nobody covers them like Steve Lyon.
Name the 7 dwarfs.
Expect the unexpected. It's Rewind. Mondays on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, we've got a great match here at the Murphy home.
Sweet conditions inside the crib.
Cleared by the midfielder. Perfect header by the Italian.
Oh, the rookie's going to feel that one.
Fox Sports Soccer 99. It's easier on your home than the real thing.
He shoots. Magic!
Sports games, Fox Attitude.
There's something about Mary. It has come to our attention that audiences are laughing so hard at this movie, they're missing many of the jokes.
This sucks.
We apologize for this inconvenience and offer the following suggestion. See the film over.
I must have blocked it out of my head.
And over.
Each day's better than the next.
And over.
What about Brett Favre?
Again.
He's in love with Mary, too.
There's still something about Mary. Rated R. Now play.
Action of GoldenEye, Kobe Bryant in NBA courtside for WCW versus NWO, or Diddy Kong Racing for new additions to the Player's Choice Library for just $39.95. Don't miss it.
Zero pressure Michelin. So revolutionary it won't go flat, even with the puncture the size of a golf ball, letting you drive up to 50 miles at 55 miles per hour. Just what you'd expect from Michelin.
Well, let's take a look at our Hoover pickup of the game, and it's who other than Ken Merker, bases loaded, back in the 4th inning, and he hits his first ever home run It happens to be a grand slam. It was 3-0 at that point in the game, making it now 7-0. Kent Mercker still on through 5 innings. He struck out 6 and has not allowed any Marlins to score, and only 1 hit.
And that was
an infield single that we thought
was a bad
base
call.
Umpire made a bad call. So Kent Mercker's really been in charge tonight.
He sure has. I think at the end of the 5th, I'd said 8 in a row retired. I'd forgotten about an error in front of that. It's actually 7 in a row, 6 strikeouts.
Time was called as some debris is falling out in the right field, and I mean, right in the middle of Mercker's windup once again.
John Wayner set to lead it off, pinch hitting for Ludwick, who came in and did a nice job.
And Wayner has had some success against Kent Mercker, so probably one of the first and best choices off the bench for Jim Leyland. Wayner is 3 for 10 with a walk against Mercker in his career. And he's hit 300 against left-handers this year.
4 for 21 as a pinch hitter. To the left side. Bobble picks up, throws, too high, safe. Placido's fighting a little bit now. Over it short. Second error by the stop this evening.
They kind of laid back a little bit. Takes a little tricky hop right up his wrist. Throws high and pulls McGwire off the bag. Always keep that glove down, so if it takes a bad hop, you can come up with the glove. You're lost if you keep it, you know, the middle thigh or so, and then try to submarine the glove down.
Can't go back down. Gonzalez flailing, strike 1. He reached on an error, and he was caught looking back in the first. He's 0 for 2.
Just have to get him to hit another ground ball and turn 2.
Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Mercker.
Well, Mercker, a veteran guy who's been around a lot, knows how to pitch, and he can expose the weaknesses of a lot of young hitters.
Leadoff man on. Mercker checks to the plate. Popped up right side. Should get out of play. We'll do it again. 0-2. To the left side. Tatis scoops on to first. Got them both. What a play by Tatis, and a nice turn by Pat Kelly.
Just reaching as far as he can to his left, and then you're all stretched out there. You got to get somehow back under control. Running full speed, you show the athleticism that he possesses, and then Kelly does a nice job of getting the return throw to first with a runner bearing right down on him.
That's a nice double play turn. This is Floyd with nobody on. There's a called strike. Good pitch.
Floyd, another fine product of the Montreal organization.
He got tied up. That was nasty.
Well, that just shows you, that last delivery by Mercker just shows you how a pitcher wants to attack the inside part of the plate. You know, nobody likes to hit the ball off their fist. You get the ball out away from them. Guys have that beautiful fluid swing, but in on their hands, they're just locked up.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Floyd's grounded out and flied out. Popped up left side. Foul territory. Tatis makes the catch after an error to start the inning. Mercker comes right back and handcuffs the Marlins. 7-0 Cardinals.
Weeknights, Bobcats getting wild on FX.
My new show on FX has all the elements for quality entertainment.
Kinky fun. twisted games.
That hurt my package, even.
And demented laughs.
But in a good way.
Don't miss Bobcat's Big Ass Show.
God help our country.
Weeknights at 10:30, only on FX. It's Baseball Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
Fly away!
The biggest bats.
This is tag. Forget it.
The best arms.
He struck him out.
And the stars of tomorrow hit the field every Thursday.
He robs him of another home run.
The National Game of the Week. Catch Baseball Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
What makes Steak and Shake Grill guys better? Practice.
A good server can tell a lot about you by what platter side you order. Fries and chili? You're a traditionalist. Cottage cheese and salad? You feel enlightened. Soup and coleslaw? Passive-aggressive. Bean crock and bean crock? You'd be, highly unique.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
For this historic 50th anniversary, NASCAR has authorized the Collector's Mint to create a limited edition commemorative coin. And now you can reserve one of these historic NASCAR coins for only $59.95. Millions of fans will experience the thrill of NASCAR racing, but just 7,500 coins will be minted before the mold is destroyed. Each is individually numbered with a certificate of authenticity. The coin features the official logo of NASCAR's 50th anniversary and of racing legend Richard Petty. Minted with 1 troy ounce of fine silver, overlaid in pure 24-karat gold by Collector's Mint, the trusted name in sports collectibles. All advanced reservations will receive this collector's display case absolutely free. Sorry, due to the limited quantity of coins, only advanced reservations will be honored. There's only one 50th anniversary and only one NASCAR commemorative coin. So have your credit card ready and reserve your historic anniversary coin now.
To order your commemorative coin, call 1-800-392-6611.
You're watching Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Midwest.
7-0 Cardinals as we go to the 7th. And coming up, it's Baseball Thursdays on Kent Pottenfield. I mean, Fox Sports Midwest, move on. Nomar Garcia-Parra. Bo Sox into the playoff charge. And they're going to take on Jose Canseco and the Blue Jays. It's on Thursday, 6 o'clock on Fox Sports Midwest.
Roger Clemens made the American League Pitcher of the Month last month and finished out 3 consecutive shutouts.
This is Brian Edmondson, as you see, and there are his numbers. Eli Marrero will lead it off against him. Marrero 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. He drove in the first Cardinal run of the ball game. Hits it hard down the line. Should be extra bases. Marrero can run. Floyd comes up. Here's the throw. He is out at second base. Nice play by Floyd. You could see that developing, Al Raboski. Marrero has good wheels, but Floyd did everything perfectly.
Yeah, he's got a good arm. Not, maybe a little better than most of the left fielders in the league because they have such good arms in right field with Kotze. And Marrero, after the single, slides right into the tag. It's keeping the pace of the game going well, though.
Pat Kelly now. 1 for 3, had a bunt single, and it was a beauty. Popped up. In the outfield, Wilson comes over in front of Kotze, kind of circled around out there, but he makes the catch. 2 down.
You can see this time the 2 rookies got together with their communication, and Kotze gave plenty of room.
Kotze said, I'm not going near it. I hear you coming. Do what you got to do, man. Ray Langford's 0 for 2, but he's walked. He had a hard line drive back in the 3rd.
We all know what a great job that Ray and Brian have both done hitting in front and behind McGwire this year, but they've had a tough time in this series getting on base for him.
He goes the other way, hits it very hard. Over Floyd's head, up against the wall. Will it happen again? Here comes Langford, slides and safe at second base with a double. Floyd played that one well off the wall, but Ray Langford goes in with a double, and McGwire doesn't have to lead off an inning. That's what the roar is for.
Now there's that little breaking ball. You get that ball down to Ray Langford, and he's deadly. Quick wrist, lifts it, pops it over the head of Cliff Floyd, the left fielder. First base is open with 2 outs, but Jim Leyland will pitch to him. Will the pitcher.
Brian Edmondson looks into McGwire. Marks 0 for 1 with a pair of walks. He scored a run, and that just missed him. It gets away, and Langford will jog over to third base.
I was in the clubhouse talking with a lot of the young Marlins and the coaches and saying, you know, these young players have seen a lot of history in the last few weeks. Justin Spire, Chris Spire's son, served up home run number 400 to Barry Bonds, making him the first and only player, 400 home runs, 400 steals. Ball 2. Last night they saw history being made as Mark McGwire tied and then broke Hack Wilson's 68-year mark or home run mark in the National League for single season home runs.
Edmondson came into him,
but I don't have a very good memory. I want to see some more history.
Flash bulbs going crazy. High fly ball, way back. Number 58. Only 3 players in history, right-hand hitters, have hit 58 home runs. McGwire's now done it twice. The others are Jimmy Fox and Hank Greenberg. McGwire fired up, and he is into this chase. Al Rabasti.
Well, what can you say? History has been made again. And wow, this is something special.
Jordan line drive off the glove of Kevin Ory. And the inning continues. The Cardinals lead it 9-0. Take another look at history-making home run number 58.
A low ball hitter, which is a little unusual for a right-handed power hitter, and he goes down and lifts this one. And this one's got to be borderline 500 feet.
Now watch as Mark McGwire has gotten into the dugout, and then he gets escorted by security. The security has been beefed up, as well it should be.
They think he's in trouble.
The security's there for him. As McGwire comes out for the curtain call, I think all the fans are cheering for this guy. There's the curtain call. Unbelievable. Number 58. And this is Ron Gant. Up and in.
The 19th time this season when Sosa and McGwire hit home runs in the same day.
You got your wish. I was thinking about that.
Well, I want more. Come on, Mark. Wow, this town is abuzz with McGwire.
Only 2 left-handed hitters have hit more home runs in a season than Mark McGwire. No right-handed hitter has ever hit more home runs in a season than Mark McGwire. And only 2 in the history of the game have done it. The teammates are into it. Oliver in the foreground. You see the rest of them look. They know it's gone. And then, of course, our big hits homer board back home. It goes up a notch. Gant to short. They'll take it the easy way, but the crowd got what it wanted again. Number 58 at home. If you weren't watching in your car, you know now. Mark McGwire's hit number 58. Let's take a look at what's coming your way tonight on Fox Sports News after the game. For that, we take you to the Fox Network Center.
Rise and shine.
Fox Sports News brings you the fastest half hour of sports power. Fox Sports News this morning. Woo! With highlights and scores. Plus, our up-to-the-minute Fox Sports Newsline with all the latest breaking stories every half hour.
Hot off the grill. We are cooking.
Got 30 minutes? We've got your sports. Fox Sports News this morning. Weekdays starting at 6. College Football Saturday. The nation's top gunslingers face off.
My goodness!
Tim Couch duels Chris Redmond in an intrastate rivalry. Then it's a Big Ten, Pac-10 battle when the Fighting Illini clash with the Cougars. And conference foes hit the field. Heisman candidate Brock Heward leads the Huskies against J.R. Redmond and the Sun Devils. Triple header action kicks off Saturday at 2 on Fox Sports Midwest.
Here comes the skipper. Looks like there's going to be some fireworks now.
What are you doing tonight? Helen and I don't have any plans. Great! Sparky and his wife are coming to my house for dinner. Would you like to join us? That'd be great! Great! If I can beat the traffic, I'll pick up some Bud Light! Bud Light! Looks like you're out of here! I'll see you and the wife tonight!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You have a beautiful home here! Oh, thank you very much!
Bottom of the 7th. First pitch, ball 1. It's Kotze. Leads it off. The Cardinals are on top 9-0 after Mark McGwire hits number 5-8. Kotze 0 for 2 in the game. All those other things become irrelevant in a big game. Merker's done it. Now Kotze high and deep, and that one's going to go. Merker loses the shutout as Kotze hits his 9th home run.
Kotze's homered in 3 of the last 4 games. Mentioned 9 overall, and he and Derek Lee are making a bid for Rookie of the Year. Just kind of got the ball a little bit too much to the plate, and this young man, very talented, hits it to right field.
Yeah, Merker really just missed with it. Kotze had to go out and get it, but he is good enough to do that.
I think we've seen Merker being a very effective, kind of 6-inning type pitcher.
This is Derek Lee. He's 1 for 2, an infield single, beat out a single. Close call at the bag. What a night. The crowd's still buzzing, but not about Kotze's homer and not about Merker's grand slam. Again, let me tell you about the significance. Only 2 right-handed hitters in the history of baseball have hit as many as 58 homers, Hank Greenberg and Jimmy Fox. It's been done 2 other times. The last 2 seasons by that man, Mark McGwire. 58 last year, and now 58 right now on September 2nd. Little blooper to right field. Jordan will let it drop in front, playing back as Lee gets on with a base hit. So the first 2 have hit safely, 1 a homer and now a single. Mark McGwire, his last time up. Take a look.
When you go down and get the ball, it travels 497 feet. It's the 3rd longest home run at this ballpark. It's the 3rd time he has hit one into the upper deck.
We've seen all 3 of those, Al, and he just crushes them. The fans love it. They love him. They love the whole situation. And Mark McGwire acknowledges that fan adulation.
You know what? The only thing that could be better than seeing a Mark McGwire home run is to see Billy the Marlin.
Why? Let's see. I'm thinking of sushi.
I saw an interesting replay of on television about some people went fishing, caught a nice blue marlin, and then a great white ate it.
Any relation?
I think Mark McGwire could come. He's going to take you for bait.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
What do you think about this, Billy? He can hit him, can he? I said earlier before the game you weren't high enough with your fish net. You had to go way up in the upper deck. Okay, we'll say hello to Fredberg for you.
The next pitch up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High fly ball down the right side.
Yeah, I was talking to Tommy Sant, the Marlins first base coach, and I said, you know, a lot of these guys, young hitters for the Marlins, I said they probably hit a double and want to stay at first base. He kind of laughed. He said, there's Tommy. He said, Mark has just been absolutely great to him. He said every time one of them reached there, he pats him and said, nice going. Just one more reason why all his peers are pulling for Mark McGwire.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Wilson. Off the end of the bat, Merker goes for the lead man. Nicely done. They're going to call him safe.
Yeah,
that is the second time this year that Polanco has been caught on a phantom move. Now, we see the umps give the phantom play all the time, but for some reason Polanco gets caught every time.
Well, it oftentimes happens to a rookie, but I think you're going to find that this is caused by Merker. You know, watch where he makes the off-balance throw, and see he pulls him off to the side. Now he could have maybe, you know, tried to hold his position or catch the ball and then try and tag back to the second base, but it's that off-balance throw. And you know, Merker's pitching a wonderful game. The whole run, forget about that. That's just one pitch. Even Derek Lee's was a good pitch that he just kind of lofted into right field. Didn't hit it hard. And this last one, but he finds himself now in a little bit of a jam.
Kevin Ory would like to do some more damage here.
Did they give the error to Polanco or to Merker? Yeah, it was to Merker because the throw pulled him off. Kind of a timing play, and he threw it too far off beyond the reach of Polanco at the bat.
One ball, 2 strikes as Merker is ahead of Ory. Kotsay led off the 7th with a home run. Lee followed with a single. Safe on the throwing error by Merker at second base. Wilson safe on the fielder's choice as the Cardinal bullpen gets up. It's 9-1. Off-speed pitch fouled off.
Really hoping he can get through this inning and doesn't have to take him out.
High chop up the middle. Polanco knocks it down. Tried to make a play as momentum took him to the outfield. Merker hustles to get the loose ball. Polanco got there and snagged it. It flipped sort of wildly, almost a desperation play because the momentum was taking him to the outfield. He saved a run by getting that ball.
Yeah, and you can understand after making a couple errors and then having that last play, you know, being called safe, not on the bag. So he's going to try and do a little extra, and thank goodness that didn't cost a run or two. You know, Dave Duncan's out here because Merker's giving it everything he's got. You saw the way he hustled after that ball sliding, but he's just got to conserve his energy right now. Take a couple deep breaths. He's got the 7, 8, and 9 in the order. You got McIsaac, the right-hander, Eversberg, the left-hander. They should be ready by the time Dave gets back to the dugout. But Merker deserves to stay in this game and try and finish this inning off.
Take a look at our Auto Tire What's on Tap. Our friends have something for you. Want to see more McGwire on Fox Sports Midwest? You got it. Added 3 games at the end of the month. 24th is a Thursday, and then the weekend games against the Expos. So We're glad to bring those to you on Fox Sports Midwest. Be sure and be on hand with us. See more McGwire in this special season. Now the bases are loaded, and there's nobody out for Randy Knorr. Fly ball, right field. That'll get a run home. Jordan will make the catch. Tagging at second is Wilson. He'll go on to third. Jordan throws to his cutoff man Kelly, so it's 9-2 on the sacrifice fly from Randy Knorr.
Got away from him, and a better piece of hitting by a veteran guy that's been in the big leagues and up and down this year, but a guy that knew not to do too much. Just lifts the sacrifice fly.
First and third now with one away for Castillo. Luis Castillo's 0 for 2. Off speed, chop to the left side. Tatis charges, bare hands, throws to the plate. Castillo can fly. The play to the plate was right in front of Tatis, but they couldn't make connections as Wilson comes in to score, and it's 9-3.
Well, nice barehanded. He gets the throw there a little bit to the first base side, but once again, Marrero takes that left leg and vacates the home plate area, just allowing Castillo to come home and have a free slide at the home plate. I mean, it's a good call. He is safe at the plate, but he could have sealed it off a little better. Watch that left leg. See, he brings it back when he should have jammed it further left.
It's 9-3. Ori moved up to second base. And the Marlins trying to make some noise against Merker.
Angelosi is going to pinch hit here.
They're ruling that a base hit rather than a fielder's choice.
Well, you know what? That's because they're saying that was his only play.
Right.
So
just clarifying, they're ruling that a base hit, not a fielder's choice. As we said on the play, Tatis had the play right in front of him, and it was with Castillo's speed, probably the best play, but combination of Marrero's leg and Tatis's throw let Wilson get in there. And now it's first and second, one out.
Angelosi, the pinch hitter, a switch hitter. He's 3 for 7 with a couple walks, or a couple doubles and a walk. 429 average against Merker.
There's a called strike.
Angelosi type of guy that he'll work the count, won't try and do too much and just flare or quail the ball over the infield. Second on the all-time Marlins list with 19 pinch hits.
To the left side. Polanco, Kelly, first out of the inning. What a strange inning. 3 runs score for the Marlins. Very strange, but the Cardinals still lead at 9-3.
Matt's a bit off his game today, Banner. Looks like Steve's in the bunker.
Dude, he killed Bob.
Fox Sports Golf 99. It's easier on your home than the real thing. Sports games, Fox Attitude.
Uh-oh, here they come. Okay, everybody, it's the big guy and his cub. Tough crowd. So what do you think? The ball in the pool thing, huh? Let's go! Anything?
Nothing.
Okay. What about the standing bit? That always gets him, huh?
Yeah, okay, up.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
Nothing.
I'm getting too old for this.
Well, we'll get him next time.
Yeah, next time.
Who's entertaining who at the St. Louis Zoo? Can you come out and play?
Baseball fans, hit a home run at Auto Tire. With our exclusive bottom line price and lowest price promise, you'll never get beaned with extra charges. Auto Tire covers all the bases and saves you more with Kelly tires. Kelly delivers the same quality and warranties as the biggest names for about 20% less. That could mean $50 to $80 per set. See the Auto Tire team for complete car care, like lifetime brakes, $79.90 per axle, and alignments, $38.95. At Auto Tire, we'll win you with great prices. We'll keep you with great service.
The V6-powered Lexus ES300. Apparently, nothing else can stand up to it. The price of an ES300 is within striking distance at your St. Louis area Lexus dealer.
Top of the 8th, Cardinals lead 9-3. Mark McGwire's hit number 58 this year. Well, it's not speculation anymore, Al, as we watch number 58 again go into the upper deck here at Pro Players Stadium. It's not speculation anymore. At 58, there's only Ruth and Maris in front of him, and that's it.
And guess what? We're under a new set of rules. Major League Baseball has taken over, and there's going to be all kinds of special credentials and just a mess. But we're happy that Mark has put us all in that position. And you know what? There's not too many men that can hit that ball where that pitch was and then hit it into the upper deck.
Like number 57 last night that was 470 plus to center field, went down and got both of those, number 57 and 58.
Well, you know, you always see most left-handed batters are usually low ball hitters. Most right-handed hitters are more high ball type hitters. And McGwire, for a power hitter, very unusual being right-handed, that he is a low ball hitter.
This is Rob Stanifer, by the way, coming in against Tatis out of the bullpen. Stanifer's 1-4 on the year with a 4.98 earned run average. There you see his numbers. .20 pitch. Ball 3. Ball 4, excuse me. Tatis is now 1 for 3 with the walk, 2 RBIs, and he scored a run. Don't forget, players and coaches once again take their shirts off for MDA and Cardinals Care. That's Labor Day the 7th. You can get a chance, or as many chances as you want, at $1 a piece to win these autographed game-worn jerseys. All proceeds stay in St. Louis, benefit the Muscular Dystrophy Association and Cardinals Care. Now right side, base hit. Polanco making the turn and going on. Look at those wheels. Tatis can turn it on, and he does. It's 1st and 3rd, nobody out.
Well, Polanco now 2 for 3 with a walk, a pair of runs scored at this point. He already earlier had extended his hitting streak to 9 games. And talk about the drawing power is John Mabry's going to pinch hit for Merker. The drawing power of Mark McGwire and Polanco. That is a good piece of hitting right there. Really gave himself up to hit to the right side and got the bonus of base hit. Because the drawing power of Polanco and Mark McGwire, the largest or the 4th largest regular season crowd tonight, 45,170. Wow. 45,170. They're averaging 18,000 here. No, it's 21,000 they're averaging, but you'd have to think those other games were all on the weekend. Opening day being one of them probably, or some kind of weekend crowds. What a tribute to Mark McGwire and the St. Louis Cardinals, because they played good baseball here.
Close to 118,000 in a 3-day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series. One and one. There's Mark McGwire, and there's your drawing card. And he has come up big for the fans that have hit the turnstiles.
Can you think of any other athlete?
Line drive into left center field. That's going to get down, fall into the gap. 1 run scores. Here comes Polanco, and Mabry comes off the bench. What a job he has done off the bench this year. A pinch hit, 2-run double for John Mabry.
Nice going, John. Going to his natural strength of going to the opposite field. Driving the ball out there. Ball out that way. Why not go with it and hit it with authority? Smokes that ball out there. I was going to say, is there any other athlete that people come to see practice?
Not in the unusual way. High fly ball off the bat of Eli Marrero, but it's not going to get the carry that we've been seeing the last couple of nights. He had a sacrifice fly earlier. Marrero really got a hack, sent it very high, a high fly ball, but it just didn't get that carry to center field.
He just got under it slightly. And just an all the more reason to, just demonstrate how difficult it is to hit a home run. Everything has to be perfect.
Going back to your question, I suppose maybe seeing Michael Jordan take warm-ups, but
I don't think
relative to fans, anyone else in baseball, it probably is separate.
Times John Daly on the driving range, Tiger Woods, maybe some golfers to see what they can do, the long ball guys. But Mark McGwire separates himself in the world of baseball.
If you like stats, the number 8 spot in the order, the pitcher spot, has 6 RBIs tonight. With 1 away, Pat Kelly trying to keep this inning going. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pat's 1 for 4. Into left center field. Wilson makes that catch. 2 down.
Crowd reacting to Preston Wilson's throwing arm.
Ray Langford doubled, walked, and scored. Ball 1. 2 more runs in the inning for the Cardinals. 1 in the 3rd, 6 in the 4th, 2 in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th, and the 8th is still going with 2 outs in the pitch. Hard hit, fair ball down the line. That will score John Mabry easily, and his 2nd double of the night for Ray Langford.
Well, you know what everyone is clapping for.
That's right.
They think Langford's their hero because they get to see McGwire back.
Langford gets his 89th RBI. It's 12-3 now as the Cardinals get those runs back from the 7th, and it's Mark McGwire sitting on 58 home runs. Make it 59! Season.
Right down the middle, inner half, and he put a charge into it. Look at these fans. 4 in 2 nights.
That roar you just heard live was McGwire and his curtain call. 59 home runs for Mark McGwire. You heard the roar a moment ago. Here it is on tape. Unbelievable what we are seeing, not only this year, but these last 2 nights. Well, we've never seen anything like it ever in the history of the game. We are privileged to witness history in the making. Folks, with 59 home runs, a new career high, as young Joe McGwire gets his first at bat in his big league career. Only 2 other players have hit 59 or more. In 1921, Babe Ruth hit 59 home runs. Now Babe Ruth and Mark McGwire have hit 59. Whew. The awesome display that is Mark McGwire. McGwire in the hole 0-2, and he's fighting to stay alive in his first major league at bat. Kid from Pennsylvania.
I asked young Joe, I said, why didn't you come here a couple months ago? He would have broke the record. He thinks he hits 2 home runs every night.
Up and in, 1-2.
The last one just a paltry 458 feet.
Chip shot. Hard hit. Oh, McGwire with a nice hack, but snared by Ori. Not a bad initial major league at bat for Joe McGwire, but talk about bats that aren't bad. Mark McGwire, number 59, is second of the night.
Here we are, Shorty. Let's get down to the dirty work. You know, your grandma doesn't think we could do this.
One can enjoy the freedom of the new ISIS cellular phone from Philips thanks to prepaid cellular.
Introducing prepaid cellular from Worldwide Direct. With prepaid cellular phone cards, there's no monthly bills.
Take the phone just in case.
Thank you.
And no contract, no credit check, and no deposit. Got car trouble?
My car's broken down. Can you come and help?
Help is just a call away. So forget those outrageous phone bills. With prepaid cellular phone cards, buying airtime is easy. Order from home and the phone arrives at your door ready to use. Get the Philips ISIS prepaid cellular phone. A $199 value, now just 3 easy payments of $33. And there's no contract, no credit check, no deposit, and no monthly bills.
So pick up the phone, America. It's for you.
Now, for only 3 payments of $33, you're guaranteed cellular service regardless of your credit history. Call 1-800-841-1237. Pick up the phone, America. It's for you.
Home team's Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports Midwest.
Here's our Bud Light game summary tonight. There you see the score. Mark McGwire's hit a pair of homers. Merker a grand slam. And folks, this game summary brought to you by Mark McGwire. And oh yes, Bud Light for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. The big homer board for the Casino Queen. Their electric bill's going up. Keep them changing those numbers. It's up to 59. 59 home runs. (14-3) St. Louis. Mark McIsaac on, as you see.
I don't think anybody's going to be excited in Busch Stadium over the weekend, right?
Routine, sleepy days. Fly ball to right. First out. Tom Lampkin in at first base. Crowd booed. They wanted to see McGwire come out just to tip his cap. Tom Lampkin replaces him at first base. So McGwire's night is done, and I'd say he's done a day's work. How about a career's work? 2 home runs tonight. Other defensive changes. Was that one sent into left center field? That's going to get down and go to the wall. Chasing it, Joe McGwire gets a chance in center field in his major league debut, but it is a double.
Right fielder, number 7. 58 home runs. Well, 59. One more swing. 458 feet. And have these fans in South Florida been treated to something special? It wasn't pretty what happened to the World Championship Ball Club dismantled, but for the last 3 days, and especially the last 2 nights, Mark McGwire has made it awful special right here.
You saw McGwire in center and Lampkin at first base. John Mabry stayed in the game and was playing right field. There's John. Came off the bench with another pinch hit. Having a terrific year off the bench. Now 7 for 20 as a pinch hitter. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Everything's going through his mind. You know, he just seems so focused right now.
He's having fun. Ground ball. Kelly. Tom Lampkin gets down there for the 2nd out of the inning. You can name the last 30 World Series winners and losers in order backwards. You may be fanatic enough to win fame and fortune on Fox Sports Net's brand new game show, The Ultimate Fan League. To be a contestant, call 1-888-448-4UFL or email them at foxufl@aol.com. This is Derek Lee. Isaac 7-4 on the year, 4.74 earned run average. A season of ups and downs for Mark, like many of the Cardinal pitchers. But he has been a consistent winner for the Redbirds the last 3 years. Primarily out of the bullpen and spot starts. Mark's had 10 starts this season. This is his 41st appearance. Mark McIsaac, not Mark McGwire. .59 homers, partner. Whew. Sitting at home, I imagine you are as stunned as we are. What an unbelievable season.
I think the odds are now that he breaks it before the magical matchup between Sosa and McGwire starting Monday, Labor Day, at Busch Stadium.
The odds are constantly changing, I can tell you that. Full count, payoff pitch, well hit into the corner. That'll drive in a run. Derek Lee gets the RBI. That'll be a double. It rattles around in the corner. Lee with a stand-up double and a ribby, and it's 14-4. Now Preston Wilson will get an opportunity. There's our score. Great Cardinal win, and even before McGwire went crazy his last 2 at-bats, There was a lot to talk about in this ball game, but all that fun was pushed aside in those last 2 at-bats.
See the quotes in the paper from Don Paul, 10-year veteran, said he was around to see maybe the second best power guy that he has seen is Bo Jackson. And he said it's like Mark McGwire playing with a bunch of little leaguers. Everyone's 10, 11, and 12, and he's 18 years of age. And he said Bo Jackson, the second best, would be about 16.
That's funny. Wilson struck out twice, reached in a fielder's choice, and scored a run.
Maybe they get the Mark McGwire interview started quicker. I think the safest way for us to come home on the chart is let Mark fly the plane.
He could certainly power it. But you know that the Hurricane might cause some problems flying home, but it can't match his power.
That's why I was going to let him fly the plane home.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second base. To the left side, Fernando Tatis.
Get there.
Low but out. Lampkin makes the scoop over on the first base side. Fernando's been busy tonight and done a nice job. Another run scores for the Marlins. Doesn't matter.
You guys are in here again? I can't believe this. You're always in here nursing your injuries. I have never seen such a group of cream puffs in my life. This is football. I need guys that can play.
Man, I thought he'd never leave. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Hot dog, anyone?
We're here with Bob, the ultimate Cardinals fan. I bet you're excited about the collector's glasses at McDonald's. With Cardinal greats like Mark McGwire, only $1.99 each. Now you'll find a barbecue-style bacon quarter pounder with cheese. Add America's favorite fries and an icy Coke, and get a free mini bottle of Tabasco brand pepper sauce. Sound good, Bob? So, Bob, what's your favorite collectible?
This one.
Did somebody say McDonald's? I see why they call you Bob.
There was an old woman who lived in a funky retro house, kind of shaped like a shoe. Had so many kids and a whole lot to do. To keep up with it all, she called Southwestern Bell and went wireless with someone she knew pretty well. After all, she has places to go, people to see. For the first time in her life, she's totally free. And the moral is, go with someone you know and live happily ever after.
Sign up now and get free nights and weekends for up to 2 years.
Take a wild guess on a Discover Card payback playback. Did you enjoy number 58? I sure did. Mark went down and got it and put it in the upper deck, a real bomb, and he enjoyed that one. You don't see very often McGwire show the emotion, but he is in to this race. And how about a little payback playback from Discover Card? You liked it once? How about liking it twice? Number 59. Equals the 59 that Babe Ruth hit in 1921. And now only 60 and 61 lay out in front of Mark McGwire. 60 for Babe Ruth in 1927 and 61 and 61 for Roger Maris. That's all that's left for Mark McGwire. And oh, by the way, it's September 2nd. And oh, by the way, these 163 games, all that stuff, the asterisks, hey, it's crushing all the records. You talked about the home runs per at bat. That's down about an even 7 by now.
Well, Justin Spire, he's going to come in to pitch this game, and Luis Ordaz is pinch hitting for Ron Gant. Justin, you know, the son of Chris Spire,
one of my all-time favorite players.
Sure. He was a catcher until 4 years ago. So I think one of the good things about him is his physically developed, his upper body shouldn't have any arm problems. Throws real hard, but real raw. Still trying to find some pitching technique.
96-mile-an-hour fastball is measured by the guns here at Pro Player Stadium. He's ahead of Ordaz 0-2. Luis hitting 156. To the left side, Kevin Ory makes the play, 1 out.
We don't know at the last, last count to where tickets are for this weekend or even in the Chicago series. I think the Chicago series, I know Monday when we left was sold out, Labor Day. But hey, if you have any chance, I would go down to Busch Stadium as soon as you can, or call the ticket master, go down to your Snooks and see if you can get some tickets, because history could be made in this next 5-game homestand. Could be made the first game the way he's going.
Will the Reds pitch to him?
Well, that's the case. All season long, the Cincinnati Reds have not pitched to McGwire.
Fernando Tatis has had a nice night. A double, a walk, 2-run score, a couple of RBIs. High fly ball, deep left field. Will it stay fair? Will it stay in the yard? Foul ball caught in the corner. Did nothing but becoming out. Number 2. Tatis just got under it.
Ryan Jackson now playing left field.
Shortstop, number 27,
Al, saw Marrero get a big swing and hit one deep to center, but it was just a routine fly ball. Tatis gets a big swing, hit it high in the air, but there is just a difference. It's as you pointed out, it's the big kids playing with the little kids.
Well, I was talking with Jim Leland and his staff, and we were talking about power hitters, and Jimmy says, hey, I've been around 35 years. I haven't seen all of them, but I think Mark McGwire is the best power hitter. And I told him, I said, George Kissel's been around 50 plus. And he says, Mark McGwire has more raw power than anybody he has ever seen. He put Babe Ruth number 2.
Yep. 1-1 to Polanco. There's where upper deck was, where number 58 went. Number 59 went into left center field in the second deck. Polanco pops it up right side. Lee gives chase near the stands, and it is 4 rows back.
Leland was talking about watching a monster blast by McGwire in batting practice a couple days ago, and he said he hit it over the Nick Bonacani sign. So maybe our guys can go up and show the National League scoreboard, then go right. Yeah, well, look at how far this. He hit it over the Nick Bonacani sign. Now, just imagine how far that's got to be as you pull back.
Down and away, 2-2. Polanco's had a nice night. Not in the field, a couple of errors, but he scored 3 runs. He's got a triple, a single, a walk. He's been on base. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And so Spire comes in and blows the Cardinals away in the ninth. Back for the bottom of the ninth in a minute.
This is my life. I have 5 kids.
Maggie, Katie, Molly, Aaron, and Ryan.
I want to be a lawyer, but there aren't any law schools where I live. So twice a week, after I get the kids off to school, I go to law school in another state. Southwest has lots of flights, so I get back in time to tuck my kids into bed.
A for ingenuity.
My kids take the bus to school. I take the plane.
You are now free to move about the country. What is the pan to the one, the only Pizza Hut pan pizza? It's the steel hug that gives each pizza the confidence it needs to be great. It's 360 degrees of constant support for thick crust and tons of toppings. It's an iron wall that captures every aromatic essence of a pizza. The Pizza Hut pan, it's priceless, but the pizza it holds for a short time is unbelievably just $8.99. And that unheard of price, it goes for a supreme or up to 3 toppings too. Amazing. Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
Is your present home feeling a little cramped? Then trade it in for a bigger, better home from Coachman Homes. Your new Coachman home includes all these extras, not to mention extra space. For a better deal on a better home, better see Coachman today.
Save now on the largest selection of manufactured homes in the Midwest during Coachman Homes Red, White, and Blue Sale. One low price includes everything: setup, delivery, air conditioning, appliances, and more. Save big. Buy now during the Red, White, and Blue Sale at Coachman Homes.
The young man getting a chance here to close this one out.
Sure is good to see him back in the big leagues.
More changes on the defense. Eversgerd grabs that one, throws to Lampkin for the out. Coming up after the game, we've got Fox Sports News for you. Have we been making some news for the boys in L.A.? I think we have the last couple of nights. Chasing Maris, what else? Johnson versus Maddox, that is a big one. And Steve Sachs, of course, with his Fox scope. Scope in on Mark McGwire. I'm sure. We will, that's for sure. Defensive changes for the Cardinals. Ordaz goes to shortstop. Polanco moves over from short to second, his best position. Pat Kelly moves out to left field as Ron Gant will get a chance to get an early shower and beat some of the media crush. This is Randy Knorr, 0 for 3.
Randy missed the first 2 games of the series, coming back off their flight from Cincinnati. His allergies really had an allergy attack. Couldn't play the first 2 days.
To the right side, I said he was 0 for 3. Now he's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly on that unassisted play by Tom Lampkin over at first base.
Eversgerd pitched in 40 games in '94 and really took the ball and really was kind of a hero. The guys were kind of beat up, trying to protect some of the veterans. They just kind of not abused the rookie, but they used him. And he's a native of Carlisle, Illinois. Went to signed with the Cardinals during a 98 or 89 tryout camp. So
good to see him back.
Yeah, pitched a little bit with the Cardinals, not only Montreal and also Texas.
Luis Castillo, the last hope to continue the game.
See that today's menu? Mark McGwire's fish fillet or something. Big Mac and fillet of fish. He filleted them, didn't he?
Tell you what. Castillo has an infield single tonight. With this win, the Cardinals will be back to within 5 games of the 500 mark.
About to find themselves in 3rd place, too.
Yeah, they moved from last place to 3rd place in 2 days.
Separate a little distance between them. The bottom echelon and the Redbirds now.
Outside, count goes full. Fouled off the end of the bat. Castillo trying to get his average up. It's at 178 now. Eversgerd wanting to get him out. Fouls that off. Ryan could get a 1-2-3 inning here. Try to get things back to respectability. Maybe get him a few innings here in this cup of coffee in September and get ready to compete in the spring. And with the chattering of the crowd and those sorts of things, it almost feels a little bit like a spring game at this point.
Can't be happy with himself for walking. Hitter well under 200.
Ryan Jackson, who'd gone into left field, is now the hitter, and he can hit and has some real power. They're committed to Derek Lee at first. They're trying to find a spot for Jackson. It's it hard into left field. Pat Kelly will let it drop in front.
I was going to say Jackson's hit left-handers at a 323 clip and right-handers only 238. And extends his hitting streak to 3 games.
First and second, 2 down. Back around to the top of the order, and this is Gonzalez. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Ball 1. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about Mark McGwire for a few seconds at the end of the game and show you those highlights again. I know you want to see them. These are just the formalities here in the bottom of the 9th. Castillo at second, Jackson at first. Fly ball center field. On the run, here comes McEwing. That's one for the road, and this is one for the books.
Now the Cardinals stay in 3rd place, but we know somebody else is making history, and these guys are all part of it, and they're starting to enjoy it too. Get used to winning, guys. We'll get ready for it next year.
14-4 the final, but the numbers we're looking at are numbers 58 and 9 and Mark McGwire. We'll be back with a final word in a moment.
Is your mom coming? My mom? You mean Eric's mom? She drove yesterday. Your coat got caught in the door. Well, my mom's on Thursday. It is Thursday. It's Wednesday. It's Thursday. Are we off on Monday? It's Thursday. You had tuna for lunch.
Plans getting confused? Use 3-way calling from Southwestern Bell. When you're on with one person, just click over, dial another number. When they answer, click back. It's already on your phone in just 75 cents per use.
Well, look who's mom's pulling up. All of us. Well, this just throws off the whole schedule.
3-way calling from Southwestern Bell.
Hey, it's Craig here for Dobbs. Listen, they just told me about this great new tire offer. Yeah, part of their lowest price guarantee. If you've got $100, you can drive off with 4 brand new tires, 1 for each wheel. Oh, a mathematician. Dobbs has the largest in-stock selection of tires and the lowest prices on all national brands guaranteed. Remember, 4 tires at most popular sizes for $100. Hey, why don't you grow that mustache? If you depend on your car, depend on Dobbs. Popcorn.
Come on to pop now.
The Casino Queen. We know what floats your boat.
Nobody does it like you.
A revolving brush or 5 rotating brushes, a manual hand tool or 1 powered with 2 more brushes. The choice is easy.
Nobody
Steam Vac Ultra.
does it like you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, peace out!
There's the story of tonight's game. But the real story at the bottom of your screen, McGwire's number 58 and 59. Here's number 58 that sets the mark, ties the mark for right-hand hitters.
Have a backup breaking ball. He goes down and he lifts it up to the upper deck. You can see the excitement not only from Mark McGwire, but looking for the fans right here for this souvenir.
And number 59 came up in his next at bat, and it equaled Babe Ruth's 1921 season.
Another off-speed pitch and right down the middle, and he doesn't miss them when they're there. Boy, we've seen him set the record, break it again, and break it again. How many times will he do it the rest of the way?
The fans love every bit of it. Folks, Mark McGwire's hit 2 more, 4 in 2 nights. He has 59. Only 60 and 61 remain. Our final score tonight, 14-4.
Franklin. And again, it's